Sits in the stands all black and green. Snow on the field, but the run game mean. Fresh cut turf and a restless drum. Every first down got the whole place up. AJ at the mic, say my name one time. Crowd lean in when he drops that line. Hands in the air when the snap goes live. We came to fight, we came to thrive. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the whole.
The eyes of the college football world are on Youngstown, Ohio tonight because this is it. We have finally made it. It's the first game of the college football season. Lucky us, it involves the Mercyhurst Lakers. So we'll be able to follow along with the radio broadcast. We are awaiting the game to kick off. It is about 5:46 p.m., so 15 minutes to kick off. Please, if you are watching this on X, make sure you comment. This will be as interactive as possible. We want this to be something where we're able to answer questions during the radio broadcast. Technology is amazing in letting us do that. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us. I'm AJ Manowski, necblitz.com, and this is the official Mercyhurst radio broadcast. So looking into this season, we have a lot of questions for the Lakers, but there is no bigger question than this: who's the quarterback? The depth chart that came out listed all three quarterbacks in the competition and said no starter had yet been decided. So we have multiple options here. Of course, the first one, Alex Givodin of Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh. He was the backup to Adam Urena last season. How do you replace Adam Urena? Well, you let him be the quarterback's coach, right? But even then, not entirely clear if that's going to be, just enough. You have to bring in competition, and the Lakers did that. So them bringing in not just Alex Givodin coming back, but Anthony Wolter, former three-star quarterback out of Nevada. He is a California kid originally, kind of continues that Mercyhurst Lakers, California to Erie pipeline. And he provided a lot of competition. As of right now, we don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be for the Lakers, but that's not a problem we have on the opposite side of the field. Youngstown State is a top 10 team. This is a massive challenge for Mercyhurst. And they're not just a top 10 team, they're a top 10 team with championship, not just ambitions, but really expectations. They're bringing back the best quarterback in FCS football, one of the best quarterbacks in the country at any level. That's Bo Brungard. And he had, I'm sure, plenty of opportunities to play elsewhere, stuck with Youngstown State. It was the only school that gave him an offer to Division I coming out of high school. You'd love to see that kind of loyalty, so he's going to be a pleasure to watch tonight. And the defense for the Penguins is going to look very familiar because head coach Ryan Remedio, who was until very recently the head coach of Mercyhurst, is going to be returning as the defensive coordinator to Youngstown State. We're going to take a quick break here and be right back.
Rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone breaks. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Mud on the cleats, but the eyes stay sharp. Fourth quarter smoke and a beating heart. Late night lights on the frozen dome. Still we bring that thunder home. Corner out clean and the sideline screams. Bench gone wild when the jersey gleams. If you came to doubt, better change that plan. We got grit in the voice and fire in the hands. Hear that roar.
Okay, and we are back continuing our pregame discussion of the Youngstown State Penguins and Mercyhurst Lakers. Mercyhurst is going to have some new faces in the backfield. It's another area where there's a little bit of a question, of course. Brian Trobo, Aaron Rodriguez, both very formidable backs, really effective out of that wildcat formation. So looking to see what we get out of their new running back room. Now, one of the guys coming is Mookie Gamble. He's not new. He was very effective in his time last season coming out, he was a third running back, of course. So very effective. Didn't necessarily need to take a lot of snaps and didn't. This year, he's listed on the depth chart as the number one guy, but he's certainly not alone. Byron Caldwell, transfer, fifth year, former Oregon, I believe former Cal, former San Diego State last year, and he's a captain on this team. So really tells you a couple of things. One thing, of course, his leadership is excellent. He's the guy the offense is going to look to, and also you expect he's going to get the ball quite a bit. He had a lot of success on the ground, the FBS level. He's a fifth-year guy. He knows how to do this, so he's going to be a big part of this offense. And then from the receiving core, Dylan Evans, Evan Van Dyke, obviously headline the Mercyhurst offense at wide receiver, really the offense in general. Whoever the quarterback is, they've got the right guys to throw to. Evan Van Dyke's a junior, as is Dylan Evans, and he's a New Hampshire transfer. And this really underscores what the theme for this season for the Lakers should be. They've got to do it now. This is your team where the quarterback position, as long as it resolves itself, you've got this talented wide receiver that you're not going to always have. Championships are hard to come by. So is top tier talent. And having a Dylan Evans and Evan Van Dyke on your outside, it's really going to go a long way toward getting these wins in the NEC in particular this season. Of course, Mercyhurst has the hardest schedule in FCS. Youngstown State's a top 10 team. Really ought to worry about them maybe more than your New Mexico States. But 3 FBS games, New Mexico State, New Mexico, Western Kentucky. It's really a gauntlet for the Lakers. And it's good that they're going to be able to get some battle testing here, especially some of these younger players. What comes to mind immediately is Camden Lewis. He's going to start at tight end. He is a breakout candidate, has breakout written all over him. He's a sophomore from McKeesport, also just outside of Pittsburgh. And he scored a touchdown against Robert Morris last year, RMU. And you really look for him to be a big part of this offense, maybe the third option. Of course, there's other fantastic wide receivers, an all-name team candidate in Speedy Yancey. Ethan Holbrook will be starting. Mari Lattimore will play. Christian McDonald will play. And then, of course, Ashton Wilson's also going to play a tight end. Really, there's about 4 guys at tight ends that you can see getting some time for the Lakers. We're here at 5:53 now, and looking at the Youngstown State defense, they're very deep, especially defensive line. They like that Ryan Remedios 3-4 style, of course. The Lakers listed, by the way, as playing a 4-3, but I don't really think I'd buy that as more than just having a different name for the X position. And the X for the Youngstown State Penguins, and that's the guy who can either be the defensive end, can be the linebacker. That's Mike Wells, and he's fantastic. He's going to make a lot of pressure on whoever the Mercyhurst quarterback is today. And, the offensive line for the Lakers is one of their strengths, but you're looking at this defensive line. It's a 3-4, but they're going 3-4 guys deep at defensive line that can play. So really, it's a strength for this team. The weakness, though, is the secondary. And this is a weakness because they brought in a lot of new players, guys that haven't played together before. So if the Lakers are going to win here, that's going to be where they'll have to exploit. And as we get to 5 minutes to kick off, let's talk about some keys to the game here. First, it has to be that offensive line for the Lakers. Can they win that battle, in the trenches against a very good defensive line for the Penguins? If they're able to do that, that allows Dylan Evans and Evan Van Dyke to get downfield, which is key number 2. The Evans brothers have to be able to beat that secondary for the Youngstown State Penguins. And, there's some good talent here. There's Des Holman. He transferred in. He was a standout in the Pioneer Football League, of course. Stanley Klein's very good. Rodley Collins is very good. Maximilian Johnson, number 37, a cornerback. You love to see that. He's very good. But they have to be able to beat those guys, and they have to have the time to do it. And I think they probably can. It's just going to be, making sure everything clicks, but these are winnable matchups on the edge. And to that point, of course, you have to stop Mike Yursic's offense, Bo Brungard's offensive ability at quarterback. He's not just a guy who can sit back, throw, pick you apart. He can do that, but he's not just that. He's got legs too. This is one of the most dynamic athletes you'll face. And you have to remember, I'm saying that with the understanding that you're also going to see guys like Ethan Greenwood this season in Long Island. So Mercyhurst is facing a lot of good athletes at quarterback. This is going to be one of the best ones. He's got a new wide receiver core, but while they're new guys, they're talented guys. He's pulling in guys from Temple, from Ohio State. And you look at the wide receiver room, and it's another one of those ones where there's just a lot of guys that can play football here, even though they bring them in. They're coming in because they want to play in Mike Yursic's offense. So you start with that they know the offense coordinator. He's been to Penn State. He's been to Oklahoma State. And of course, you want to play for him. You want to play with the best quarterback in FCS. So it wasn't hard to get the top tier wide receivers over to Youngstown this season. We want to remind you this is the official Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast. However, technology is fantastic. Make sure you comment. This will be as interactive as possible. We will try to answer questions throughout the broadcast, respond to comments, etc. Let me know how you think the game's going, what keys you're seeing. We'll be happy to talk football during this. Looking at the Mercyhurst defense. The headliners here are at running back. At linebacker, of course. Jaden Allos jumps out. He is a guy that the scouts we hang out with, we talk to, have really liked as someone who can make a big difference for the Lakers defense. But then Jeff Lavelle, of course, is the all-NEC guy. And then when you look at the Phil Steele teams for the Lakers, he really likes this team. First team, he's got Dylan Evans, Blake Hoglard, Sawyer Permentine on the offensive line, and then Jeff Lavelle at linebacker. But that second team includes Evan Van Dyke, Samuel Petros offensive line, Jaden Allos, and Ramon McAndrews, who's going to play at the defensive end spot. Defensive backs include Adonis Marshall. He's a headliner as well. He's going to be one of the best players on this defense and one of the best cornerbacks in the NEC. J.C. Cloutier from Quebec, the senior, returns as well. So you like for him to, really make an impact from that safety spot. We are just approaching 5:59. We should have kickoff very shortly. And excited to see the uniforms for the Lakers. I was told it's a surprise. I don't know what that means. It might just mean we're not telling media, but looking forward to seeing that. The event is about to start here. So Youngstown State, like we said, is a top 10 team. Not just that, though. This is a team that expects to compete not only in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, it's the strongest conference in FCS. But they expect to compete for a national championship. That loss to Harvard in the first round last season left an incredibly sour taste in their mouths, obviously. So, everything they did this offseason, Bo Brungard saying immediately he's coming back, it's all informed by that, by wanting to get that taste out of your mouth and by knowing that you left something on the table. They absolutely are a good enough team to win the national championship. I'll say that again. Youngstown State is a good enough team to win the national championship. It's going to be about putting those pieces together, and really tonight's the night it starts off for them. As far as the Lakers, I really think this is a team that is good enough to win the NEC. And Lakers taking the field here. And we have the icy whites stormtrooper look for the Lakers here. As in Stambaugh Stadium, the Ice Castle against the number 9 Youngstown State Penguins in all red. Of course, Doug Phillips entering his sixth season. He's 27-34, which is not fantastic for a storied program. Obviously, I'd like to have more, but they're building more. The Lakers, of course, with the chain link stripe Hurst script, one side of the helmet, anchor on the right side of the helmet. As we are getting the coin toss. This is a new look for Mercyhurst. I have not seen these particular icy whites before, so very nice. Of course, first-year head coach here is Tom Sadesky, and he's a former offensive coordinator for this program. Not a long trip from Erie to Youngstown. Expect, yes, and Luke the Laker has made the trip, and we got some Mercyhurst fans who have made the trip as well. As we are about to kick off the 2026 college football season. This is game one. All eyes on Mercyhurst here. All eyes on Youngstown, Ohio. As we look here, and the Penguins will be kicking off first. That would imply that Jason Woods, Jonathan Askew are the likely returners here. He checks, and we are kicking off the 2026 college football season. This one's deep into the end zone, and this will just be a touchback. Mercyhurst offense takes the field, and at quarterback is number 12. That's Alex Gavanin. So he'll be leading the charge here. Very good possibility that I will be in the just a little bit behind the video stream if that should occur. Just sync up today. All right, Gavanin in the pistol. Looks like we've got Gavanin in the pistol. Looks like we've got Gamble behind him. Motion left to right. To the left, it's Ethan Holbrook, and this is a read play to Gamble, and he's going to take a Penguin with him as he's going to get a few yards on that. It'll be a second down. Clock does not seem to have started. Second and 6 was a 4-yard gain, and there goes the clock. A lot of fire in that Lakers huddle, courtesy of Camden Lewis, really trying to get the guys revved up at the tight end spot. Second and 6, once again, this is a shotgun formation. Gamble to the left side. It's another read to him, but this one looks like it's been blown dead. And this could have been delay of game. That'll take us back to a second and 11, 14:29 remaining in the first quarter. Gavada once again with Gamble to his right. Slot on the left side. Motion Holbrook. Play action pass. And this one's to Camden Lewis, and he's going to have the first down quite easily. Yeah, it was just a rollout pass. Lewis rolled with Gavanin, and he hit him wide open. No trouble there at all. Had the underneath pass as well to the slot receiver, Ethan Holbrook, but made the good call, put it over his head. It's 0-0 here. 13:52, first down and 10 Lakers. Yvonne's going to work out the shotgun again. Check that pistol. He's got Gamble behind him. 2 tight end set. Play action to Gamble. Nope, that was actually given to Gamble. He's got room. He's got a first down. He's 7 yards on that carry, and I think he fooled everyone. He certainly fooled this broadcaster. A lot of energy in that huddle for the Lakers. They absolutely are fired up for this opportunity. It looks like they came to play. Good blocking by Van Dyke there on the weak side, and that's going to give Gamble his first down. Mulkey looking very good. Looks like he picked up from where he left off last season. Pistol look, H-back as well as a tight end. This one's to Gamble again. He's got space. He's got a lot of space. He makes a move. He's inside to the 26-yard line of the Penguins. He's fired up, celebrating. This is going to be another Laker Hurst down. We got 12:35 remaining, play clock moving, and this is Camden Lewis setting the edge on the block here, as well as Van Dyke once again keeping his guy out of the way. This is very good run blocking we're seeing from Lakers early on. Ashton Wilson's also been out there on the field. He's going to sub out now for Ethan Holbrook once again. Pistol look, 2 on the weak side. Gamble in the backfield with Gavanin. He goes to a sidecar. Snap, play action. He wants the tight end. He's got Camden Lewis. Lewis inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're going to mark him out at just about the 9.5. First Hurst down once again for the Lakers. It is Hurst and goal. 11:53 remaining, and they're just getting down the field. And, he didn't even have to go there. Lewis was the right call, but on the other side of the field, he also has Ethan Holbrook. He's got 2 guys open every passing play so far this series. That's the benefit of going against Coach Remedio's defense for a couple of years. All right, we've got trips. We've got Van Dyke, Holbrook. We've got Evans. Gamble is in the backfield sidecar. He's going fade, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact there from the Youngstown State defender, and now it's Riley Collins. That was a fade to Holbrook. Again, quite a bit of contact there. They're going to let him play, but I would say he was holding him on the outside of his jersey there. Probably could have been a flag. I would go so far as to say that was pass interference, but it is 2nd and goal nonetheless. Officials didn't see it that way. Big formation here. 2 tight ends on the right side. Van Dyke's going to go into motion. Lakers look a little confused here at this play. Evans on the outside, Gamble in the backfield, sidecar shotgun. Once again, fade route. This one's to Dylan Evans. He was mauled. Initially, no flag call, but it was a clear pass interference as he had his man beat. And that was number 37 he has beat there, the cornerback Maximilian Johnson III. Has him beat pretty good, so he effectively tackles him in the end zone. It's going to be a pass interference in the end zone, so Mercyhurst will have another first down and goal here. 11:12 remaining. First goal from the 2-yard line. And yeah, he's all over him there. They showed the replay. Excellent kicks, by the way, on Dylan Evans with the Shamrock. So let's see what the Lakers do here. It's a big formation. Counting 2 tight ends plus then you got Van Dyke and Evans on the left side. Looks like it's going to be an option play to us, but he is stopped. He's going to be stopped for about a loss of 1. So that'll be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. And Penguins sniffed out the trickeration there quickly. What you had there was on the left side, weak side, both wide receivers and Camden Lewis. Lewis kind of came in motion for a sweep play, but it was sniffed out by the Penguins. They're able to get penetration in there, 2nd and 3. 10:40 remaining in the first quarter. They've got Evans split deep on the outside. And this is going to be Wildcat. Gavaden sprinting out. They've got Gamble and Camden Lewis in the backfield. Gamble's going to take it himself. He is hit immediately. A high tackle, but legal. And it's going to be 3rd and goal. Could be outside the 5-yard line as the penetration was pretty instant there. The Wildcat was so effective for them last season, but I don't know if there's a miscommunication with the offensive line there or not, but a quick move to get past them by Wells, who we've talked about earlier, the ex-player there, who's going to be so good. And this is going to be a 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Shotgun, still big formation here. Evans and Holbrook on the right side. Play actually jet sweep. Gamble initially looks like he drops the ball. It is a fumble, and it's a fumble picked up by Dylan Evans. He does the Penguin dance here. Should be a touchdown. They're still talking about it on the field, but I think the initial call here, they have changed the initial call. It looked like it was a touchdown initially, but they've called it incomplete, 4th and goal. Let's look at it in the replay here. Gamble looks like he has it, and it gets jarred loose after about maybe one, maybe less than a step. Probably the right call here to make it 4th and goal. And 4th and 7. Looks like they're still taking a look at this here. Yeah, Gamble gets open, but he has to beat number 22 there. And I think if it was called a touchdown on the field, then we'd have a touchdown. But with it being called incomplete on the field, Des Holman jars the ball loose, and the Lakers are going to attempt a field goal here, call it 24 yards. And this will be Rocco Marcantonio. It is on the far hash. So we'll have to hook it in. Does so. It is good. 3-0 Lakers, 9:38 remaining. And the Lakers won every game last season where they scored the first points. So always good juju for the Lakers whenever they're able to do that. 3-0, very impressive drive where they're able to really run the ball well. Did some great things there, moving the ball down the field, and they're able to do it really without having to rely overly on Dylan Evans or Evan Van Dyke early on. So Mookie Gamble looks good. A little bit of trouble once they were compressed a little bit more. I think the Penguins are respecting that pass and playing back a little bit. So that is opening up the running lanes for Mookie Gamble. They're able to take advantage of it, get down the field, and how about Camden Lewis looking good early on? And got kind of a preview of things to come, I think. Whenever there's a expected touchdown, Dylan Evans did the Penguin walk, which you see with some frequency there whenever an opponent scores on the Youngstown State Penguins. So the hope is that Mr. Evans will get that chance to do it again here today. I want to thank you for tuning in once again to the Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast of the Lakers at the Youngstown State Penguins. I want to remind you to comment. Feel free to interact. We're going to make this as interactive as possible. 3-0 Lakers, 9:42 left in the first quarter as the eyes of the football universe are on Youngstown, Ohio, and the Mercyhurst Lakers. And fans who came to check out the Lakers or the Penguins there would have seen 11 plays, 63 yards for the Lakers, as opposed to maybe expecting to see Youngstown State carry it early. Camden Lewis, 2 catches for 35 yards in that drive. Jameer Gamble, 4 attempts, 31 yards. Alex Gavaden, 2 completions on 4 attempts, 35 yards, long of 18. And the net gain for Mookie Gamble is 27. But quite a good start if you're the Lakers. Really, you hope for the touchdown, obviously, um, on drive A, obviously, but you take the field goal. I can't say I would call that a bad outcome, especially this is a vaunted defense. We know Coach Remedios very well. We know how good his defenses are. We are in break right now. Once again, the Lakers 9:42 remaining, 3-0. Took off some clock too. We're deliberate. Want a game that goes maybe a little bit slower paced, and intelligent thing to do against a team like the Youngstown State Penguins. On Twitter, Updog Sports Talk, our friends there ask if Mercyhurst starts 4-0, would they start receiving first place votes in the FCS poll? I think this is alluding to some of those FBS matchups as well as the top 10 matchup in the FCS today. And the answer is, well, you sure hope so. I don't I don't know that that's in the cards whenever or if the Lakers pull that off. Well, we certainly hope so. So looks like we had a short technical issue here. Second and 10, Penguins. Apologize for that. 8:43 remaining. Bo Brungard in the shotgun. And now he's got Jaden Gilbert next to him. Sidecar, two split out to his right. Play action, and this is a draw play up the middle for Brungard. He's going to get about 8-9 yards there. They're close to midfield here at the 46-yard line. Again, apologies, technical difficulties there briefly on the stream. And you look at Brungard here hitting the hole. His speed is incredible. He doesn't run like a quarterback. He stays low. But he's not sliding, and he just moves so quickly. Made those red jerseys look awfully fast there. Brungard in a shotgun. It's 3rd and 2. He's got a tackle in the backfield here. Big set. He's gonna take it up the middle again, and he's gonna get it by about a yard. 7:38 remaining. Lakers up 3-0. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line for Youngstown State, beginning to drive the ball here. Shotgun. Once again, sidecar, 2 to his right. Motion. He's got a bunch formation right side. Brungard back to pass. He's going to dump it off. And this is to number 17, who's Alex McDonald, his good tight end. One of those guys you expect to be playing in an all-star game here at the end of the season. And yeah, just almost like a jump pass as he gets it over the middle. And that looks like it's going to be enough for a first down as well. Yeah, 1st and 10, 6:36 remaining. It is on the Lakers 39-yard line. Bring the tight end around to his left side. This is a play action. This is Brungard looking deep, and he overshoots his guy. That's number 6 he's throwing for here, and that's Jeremiah Sanders. Overshoots him, gets the ball well out of bounds. Not a ton of pressure there, so much as I think he just got a little bit jumpy in the pocket. So 2nd and 10, 6:22 remaining. Lakers up 3-0. 39-yard line. Brungard's in the shotgun with Gilbert next to him. And he splits out. So this is now a 5 wide receiver set, something that you like to see probably a quarterback draw out of here. So look to spread the Lakers out. A lot of defensive backs on the field. Brungard 3 steps back. He is going to throw. He goes deep. He has a man open, and he overshoots him. It's off of his fingers. Now it's Jaden Gilbert, who is the halfback, had gone out deep, ran the fly pattern, and he had his man beat. But Brungard just not able to pull the string on it enough. Just off of his fingertips there. And obviously a rough one, but as Elijah Banikowski's on him, they like that matchup, getting a linebacker on him there. Looked like a good matchup, good work by the offense, but unable to convert. 3rd and 10, 39-yard line. This is 4-down territory. 4 wide receivers out. Gilbert in the backfield. Brungard's going to run here. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's going to hit the 20, and I think he was out at about the 16-yard line, as he had more than enough for that first down. Definitely a situation where they're looking to see what they could get to make 4th down at least more manageable, and did very well with it. Penguins moving quickly onto the ball here. And this is a handoff to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to get outside. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to be tackled at about the 12-yard line. So strong gain for Gilbert there. And it is 2nd down, 5:43 remaining. This is a quarter going very fast here, as Youngstown State is in the red zone and looking to punch it in. Shotgun formation, backup tight end moving to the right side. It's Austin Bray. And Brungard once again running it. He's met. He is met quickly. This is going to be about a 9.5-yard line, 3rd and short for the Penguins, but not much doing there for Brungard. And met very quickly. Lakers looking to the sideline as the Penguins get lined up. 4:53 to go. 3-0 Lakers. 3rd and 1. 9.5-yard line. Brungard directing traffic pre-snap. They've got that big tight end in the backfield as an H-back. They're going to run power here, and they do. Brungard's going to fake the handoff initially on the option, run power, and he's going to get to the 5-yard line for a first down. 1st and goal at the 5, as the Penguins are driving. Brungard just so good there. Hard to really keep from getting forward. Once he freezes you with that initial move, is he going to hand off? From there, he's able to just really get downfield on you. 1st and 5. He's got the H back once again. Motion man. Brungard running up the middle. He's going to score. And touchdown, Bo Brungard. They really relied on his legs this drive, and he's going to put the Lakers up. And it is 3-6, 3:59 to go. The Penguins up on the Lakers. And Brungard's legs were just really too much to deal with on this drive. A little bit of extracurricular there. And extra point is no good. Oh, he hooks it in. Well, call me Bill Hillgrove. Extra point is just through. It looked very scary for Lestovka there. And fortunately for the Penguins, it is 3-7, 3:59 to go. Lakers will be getting the ball next. And let's just looking at Brungard's rushing. He got 44 yards in that drive. The rest of, beyond that, Gilbert got 6 yards on 1 attempt. McDonald catches 1 pass for 12. And then Lynn L catches 1 as well for 10. But this was really a drive where Brungard was the guy holding the football, ran it, see if you can stop him. Is the spy going to be enough? If it's not, you got to do more to contain him. So that'll be the challenge here in the next possession when the Lakers are back on defense. What can you do to contain Bo Brungard? What can you do to do it without giving him the ability to pass? Because right now he looks very dangerous. We will take a quick break while the commercials are on. This is the Mercyhurst radio broadcast by NEC Blake.
Rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone break. Neck blitz, let it rip. Oh, neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Neck blitz, let it rip. Oh, neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Say it loud now. From the first whistle to the last snap, we don't fall
That was a 12 for the Youngstown State Penguins, and Bo Brungard showing just how dangerous he is. They're going to be kicking off now to the Lakers, and that will be Jason Woods deep. Here comes the kick, and this one's going to be well out of the end zone. So Lakers are starting the ball with the ball after the touchback and have a chance to respond here to the Penguins. So you got to the 2-yard line last drive. You just got to get those next 2 yards. 3:59 remaining. Lakers down 3-7. As they're going to take another break from play here. Commercial-free radio, we should specify at this point. So what do you want to see from the Lakers here? Obviously points, but from a standpoint of individual performances, if they're remaining to hang back, you want Mookie Gamble to continue to take advantage of that, or Byron Caldwell should he get the call on this second drive. And then if they're coming up, cheating up, and trying to take care of the run as they did toward the end of that drive, of course, at that point, made a lot of sense to do just that, right? Because they were, backed up to the end zone. If they're coming up, then this is your chance to start getting the ball to Dylan Evans and Evan Van Dyke. We want to remind you to, if you are following along, especially on X, make sure you comment on the stream. There are a lot of you folks watching. We're so grateful you're here. Would love to talk football while we're talking about the game here. Yeah, I do wonder if we're going to see Alex Gavaudin come out again, or if Anthony Wolter is going to be the guy, if they're going to switch possessions here early on or anything like that. Want to give a shout out to our friends at Long Island University, Anthony Morello, LIU Radio. Of course, they'll be calling the game from North Dakota. There is another NEC game on after this. It's starting at 8 o'clock. Stay with us till the conclusion here, and then go ahead and check them out after the Lakers' victory. Of course, the NEC kind of famous for having those difficult starts to the season. Never take it easy. And this is Alex Gavaudin coming back out for the Lakers. So once again, it was very crisp Stormtrooper uniforms. Looking good. 2 running back set. 2 tight end. Looks like this is to Byron Caldwell. He's in. And he's going to drive forward for about 2 yards here. Take the 2nd and 8. It is 3:50 to go. Lakers 3, Penguins 7. Good defense there. Lakers were showing a little bit of a power look, and Youngstown State able to play with it. Caldwell, of course, one of the team captains this year. Very impressive to do that coming in as a transfer. 3 wide receiver set. Caldwell sidecar on the right of Gavanin. 1 tight end in for the Lakers. Caldwell motion, Gavanin back to a pass, and he has Camden Lewis wide open in the middle of the field. He just sat there and took it, and he gets the first down. And that's a Hurst down as Mercyhurst gets it. Just sat right in the middle of coverage, had 3 guys almost watching him for the Penguins. He's looked very, very good early on. Now at the 36-yard line, 2:45 to go. Gavanin, check with me. Signaling. Pistol set, Caldwell in the backfield. 3 wide receivers, Camden Lewis, tight end. This one goes to Caldwell. He's met in the backfield. He's not going to get anything here. So he's hit quickly by that strong Penguins defensive front. Looks like that's Johannesson that got to him there. Alex Gavanin, 2nd and 11. Shotgun, Caldwell to his right. 2 wide receivers, weak side. Tight ends. This one also looks like a power. And Caldwell's going to get maybe a yard there, possibly 2. So we're looking at 2nd and long, or 3rd and long here, about 9 or 10 yards. Quarter's winding down, 1:43 to go. The Penguins defenders calling for noise. The Ice Castle, one of those fantastic environments. We got Ohio Runs Boxing saying Penguins for life. Thank you so much for checking us out. Alex Gavanin, he's in the shotgun. He's got Byron Caldwell on his right side. Trips formation to the left here. Tight end is to the right side. That's Camden Lewis. Getting a lot of snaps early. Motion is Dylan Evans. It's a low snap. He's able to field it. Runs up, and that pass is incomplete. Very close to making something out of a tough snap there. But it will be 4th and 9, 1:06 remaining. Lakers down 3-7 on the Penguins. And this will be the first punt of the game. Back to receive that is Fresh Walters. He'll be punting from his 22-yard line. Punt is up. It's solid. Sends him back. This one's going to die at about the 24-yard line. So good field flip there. It's like Jake Miller's going to go ahead and down it there at 24. So get flipped, and the Penguins will take over. 54 seconds to go. They are up 7-3. Bo Brungard taking the offense back on the field. He looked like every bit of a Walter Payton winner. And once again, he's got Jaden Gilbert in the backfield with him. Kind of a tight set. Got just 1 wide receiver on his weak side. This handoff is to Gilbert. He's able to bounce it outside. He's going to get a big gainer here. He's past the 50. He's past the 40. He's past the 35-30. And he is finally taken down by the Lakers as he's well into Laker territory there. And fantastic run. It looked like he was coming inside, and he's able to just make a cut, get to the right side, and by that point, the linebackers crashed, and he's able to get far downfield. Fantastic gain for the Penguins, and now the Lakers have kind of got their backs against the wall. They started with the Penguins deep in their own end. It is now on the 26-yard line of the Lakers. Brungard is in the shotgun. He's got a running back on his weak side. The big tight end Alex McDonald's on the field, and this is another handoff, and he breaks the tackle on the stiff arm, and this time this was Tahir Mills, and he's going to be able to get close to the first down, but it's as the quarter ends, so a chance for the Lakers to regroup here. 7-3 Youngstown State after one quarter, and the Penguins are driving, but we are taking a break up until the resumption of play.
In the stands, all black and green. Snow on the field, but the run game mean. Fresh cut turf and a restless drum. Every first down got the whole place up. AJ at the mic, say my name one time. Crowd lean in when he drops that line. Hands in the air when the snap goes live. We came to fight, we came to thrive. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push, till the end zone breaks. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall, that's what we do. Play some football. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall, that's what we do. Play some football. Mud on the cleats, but the eyes stay sharp. Fourth quarter, smoke and a beating heart. Late night lights on the frozen dome. Still we bring that thunder home. Corner out clean and the sideline screams. Bench gone wild when the jersey gleams. If you came to doubt, better change that plan. We got grit in the voice and fire in the hands. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the
Okay. And we're getting ready to resume play here in about the next minute or so. I want to thank the Youngstown State Penguin fans who are also checking us out. Glad to have you here. Youngstown State offensively, of course, Brungard has been terrific, and really there hasn't been much of an answer for him yet. But the running game in general now looks like it's opening up with Jaden Gilbert. That was a 50-yard gain that he actually was able to pull off there. So he's now the leading rusher, 2 attempts, 56 yards. Brungard, 6 attempts with 44. But for the Lakers side, I mean, really the standout's been Camden Lewis, who we knew was a guy who could be the breakout candidate. He's got 3 catches for 44 yards. Looks early on like maybe the favorite target for Alex Gavon, and so we'll have to keep watching that there as Brungard is trotting back onto the field here. They're at the 21-yard line. 3-7 Youngstown State leading. Brungard is in the shotgun, 4 wide receiver look. Tremendous tight end he's going to go ahead and go motion. And Brungard is sacked. And he is hit immediately. No escape at all. That was Teddy McDuffie coming off the edge and not even able to get a hand on him is Nelson, the right tackle there. Easy sack, 2nd and 16. Brungard back in the shotgun, Gilbert next to him. Always dangerous 4 wide receiver look here for the Penguins. Brungard's going to go ahead and take off running. He's got space. He is going to be close to the first down. He's about 5 yards short, so able to gain a lot of it back there, about the 11-yard line. As he's able to make these moves when he's in the open field. I don't think there's really just too much you can do. He's shifty. He's going to outrun you. He looks like the best athlete on the field. He has the ball. It's 3rd and 5. 13:54 to go. 7-3 Penguins. Brungard in the shotgun. A 4 wide receiver look once again. He's in the empty set. He's got his tight end, Alex McDonald, on the left side, and he's been impressive. Changing the plays. Got 3 seconds left. Ball is snapped, and he's going to get a touchdown here as the quick move and a Penguin celebration as well from Lynn Weiche Owl. And it's 13-3 Penguins with 13:31 to play. Just one heck of a move. Very difficult to beat that. So swinging gate here. They may be going for 2. They are going for 2. And they are able to convert that. Kind of an interesting play setup. Maybe something that I'm surprised that they're pulling it here. It's the first game of the year, not necessarily what you want to get on tape, so you can't use that later on. But it is 3-15 Youngstown State, 13:31 remaining. It was just kind of a run out pass. The entire offensive line's to the left side of the field. So you're in a one-on-one situation with Brungard and can cover his guy with one player. If he's able to get the ball up, high pass, and that's exactly where they want it. Able to just hang on to it with his fingertips and get 2 feet in. So with that extra point there, the Lakers are going to have to start moving the ball down the field again as they did in their first drive, able to script something beautiful and really take advantage of, I think, what they had expected or what the Penguins had expected from them was to come out throwing. Of course, the Lakers are basically an air raid team. They had, and I'm going to age myself here, had that ability last season to run the ball with Brian Trobel, almost like Gary Brown with the old Oilers. I told you I was going to age myself, where you're playing passing lanes, and so you got a guy who can go ahead and run it for 1,000 yards one year. That was kind of what they had last year with Trobel. And this year, we're going to have to see who emerges. So far, Byron Caldwell and Jameer Gamble have had series for the Lakers. Gavon's taken both series at quarterback. The Mount Lebanon product, former walk-on, is looking like he's the guy with the job. And the Penguins here are getting set to kick off. Josh Wilkins, the kickoff specialist. And there's the kickoff. This one is going to be returnable. And so Jason Woods takes it. He's to the 20, 25, 27, and he trips. A little bit upset with himself. I think he anticipates he could have done a little bit more with that, but pretty good return considering the traffic around him. Got Gavon and Gamble as the running back, trotting back out onto the field here. Those icy white jerseys, and nice shot of Coach Ryan Remedio, former Lakers head coach, now defensive coordinator on the sideline. And the play clock is now rolling. So Gavon is in the pistol. He's got Gamble just behind him. Trip set to the weak side. And he's going to throw. This is a screen and hit a little bit early. So he's going to lose about 1 yard. That's Amari Lattimore. Unable to get the space needed there. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Does fall forward just a little bit there. Once again, you are watching, please comment. We want this to be as interactive as possible. Appreciate your thoughts. Gavaden in the pistol. He's got Gamble behind him. Kind of a tight set to the strong side. This is a handoff to Gamble. Gamble with a big change in direction, and he is met, although he had some guys kind of grasping for their shoes there for a second. Probably gets about 2 yards on that play. And we're looking at likely a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. Mercyhurst has not yet converted on a 3rd down. This is just the 3rd drive. 3rd and 6 for the Lakers. 12:10 to go. 3:15 Youngstown State. Looking for a Hurst down. Gavada on the hard count. Penguins playing up pretty close to the line here. Whoa, and there's going to be a pass interference on that one for sure, as Camden Lewis was tackled. I think some disappointment from the Penguins, but not really what you would call arguing. And that was number 19. I believe that's Brandon Chambers Jr., who really made the tackle on the play, despite the receiver not yet having the ball. And that's going to be a Hurst down. So, and without the penalty, I think we probably had one anyway, but really just, well, Camden Lewis was actually tackled by another player. Now he was tackled by Josiah Williams West. So there are 2 tackles by the Penguins on that play. Gavanen's loading, and he's got a man open. First down to looks like about the 27-yard line, and that one was Amari Lattimore. He catches it running across the middle, kind of a deeper drag route there, and snap initially looked like it might even be direct. Really good block by Jameer Gamble for his size in particular. You know, you wonder how he blocks. Well, fantastic if that plays any indication. Picks up the blitz very well. 26-yard line, and there's some fire on that Lakers sideline once again. This clock is stopped here. And we are going to a commercial break. So the Lakers are moving the ball. So again, I want to thank you for checking out this broadcast. This is the Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast, internet radio from necblitz.com of the Youngstown State Penguins hosting the Mercyhurst Lakers game. This is a Mercyhurst Lakers broadcast. We want to thank you for tuning in and for your comments. Want to including that in the Youngstown State fans who have reached out. It is the second quarter. Is 11:45 to go. It is 15-3 Youngstown State over Mercyhurst. However, the Lakers are driving. This has been a 4-play drive. Check that, a 5-play drive now. And the Lakers have accumulated quite a few yards here, especially in that most recent play from Amari Lattimore. So Lattimore's now had 2 catches, and you like getting him involved. Dylan Evans and Evan Van Dyke so far haven't been available. Of course, Dylan Evans torched the Penguins last season. So what do? You go to your next guy. You go to Amari Lattimore, and he's been able to get open for him. That was a 26-yard play most recently there. So, you know, good seeing him get involved as well as Camden Lewis and just kind of starting to spread the ball out a little bit more, get Gavaden comfortable. He's started games before, but, you know, nice seeing him start to get into rhythm with multiple receivers, and Mookie Gamble has been terrific at helping him out to do that. That blitz pickup was a thing of beauty, able to really get that play to pop open for him. Beyond that, Gamble's actually netted 30 yards so far. Penguins and Lakers getting back onto the field here. It is 1st and 10 for the Lakers, 11:35 to go. Coming to you from the Ice Castle. Of course, the Lakers got the icy whites on. Penguins in all red. 26-yard line, Gavanin, shotgun, play action pass. And this one's bounced into the air, and it is intercepted by the Penguins. And he's going to get out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Kind of a beach ball play where the ball is bouncing in the air, and it is caught by number 18, Darvin's Tunis. So this drive's forward. Let's take a look at what happened here. Gavanin rolls out to his right, and it looks like it bounces off of Dylan Evans. He may not have been ready for that one. And accordingly, the ball bounces in the air, tip ball drill to a sea of Penguins. So Youngstown State's going to get the ball back here. 11:15 remaining, 15-3. Penguins leading now at their own 17, 18-yard line. This is a free play. And it'll be an incomplete pass, but looks like the Lakers were offside. May have been drawn. But based on the play continuing, looks unlikely that the officials will see it that way. Is an offsides on the Lakers. 1st and 5 will be the result. So 1st and 5 now at the 23-yard line. Brungard's in the full house, makes a motion, they disperse. It's now 4 wide receivers set with the tight end Alex McDonald available. Brungard's going to run this ball, and it's a draw. He's going to get more than enough for the first down to the 30, call it 30.5-yard line here. And just so difficult to stop, and reminds you a little bit of Ethan Greenwood with less sandlot ability. Quick play, fakes the screen. Brungard looking deep. He finds a man underneath, and he's going to break a tackle. And that was number 85, backup tight end Austin Bray. I don't believe he got the first, but he gets close and gets out of bounds. He took a big hit there and stood up. That Bray is he's a big kid. He looks like he's a little bit tough to tackle. We have him standing next to a tackle right now, and he looks about the same size as a tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 5 here. And checking on that, Bray is 6'5", 255, and he's a pass catcher. Muffed play, but if anyone knows how to do something with it, it's Brungard, and he does. He switches fields and gets a gain of 7 yards for another first down for the Penguins. Yeah, this was meant to be a handoff, looks like, and late pullback from Brungard. Not very well done on the option, but it doesn't matter when you're Bo Brungard and you just are that elusive, and he's able to get the first down anyway. It's 1st and 10. It's like about the 48-yard line. Brungard, 2 running backs, one to his left, one to his right, 2 wide receivers, and of course the tight end Alex McDonald on the line. Talk about Austin Bray being big. McDonald's no slouch in that department either. Brungard's going to run it to the right, and he's difficult to tackle. He is down inbounds, but gets a few yards on that. Yeah, Alex McDonald's listed 6'4", 250. So you're always at a size disadvantage playing against guys like that. I don't care who you have on defense. You don't have a lot of 6'5", 250s who can run with a tight end. Once again, 2 running backs for Brungard. They're favoring this formation on this drive. 2 wide receivers, but they do split out the tight end, McDonald out. Motion. Brungard has the option to throw, doesn't like it, and decides to take off running. Once again, he'll pick up a couple. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. 8:21 remaining. Brungard running like he just took a lick, which he did, but he's just fine. Youngstown State, meanwhile, is 4 for 4 on third downs. This is another makeable one at 3rd and 2. They're getting big. Bunch shotgun set here. Brungard back to pass. He's a threat to run here as well. Does get it out just to his halfback, who makes a tremendous catch. And that was number 4, Antoine Gardner. They go deep at halfback as well, this team, and that's going to be a first down. And it's not the best throw, not the prettiest. Brungard delivers it pretty close, but not perfectly to where you want it. And it's a fantastic catch there to get the first down. So 15-3 Youngstown State here. They're on the 43-yard line of the Lakers, driving 1st and 10. Brungard shotgun. He's pressured. He's going to run for it. And he gets shoestrung, but falls forward to make that a positive play. Honestly, he is a magician for getting out of that and not making the sack. Prior to that, Brungard's net was 74. It's going to be probably about a gain of 3, so call it about 77 yards so far net on the ground. So he's thrown the ball for 5 completions, but he's run the ball 13 times if you count his sack. That'll be a gain of 2, so net 76 here in the young second quarter. 4 wide receiver shotgun. Brungard's got a man in the sidecar to his left. It's back for a pass, but once again, this is a draw. And Brungard's making men miss, gets down to the 25, and they've seemingly decided just to let Brungard run the ball downhill here. When he's in space, he's so hard to take down. He's so shifty. He's low. He gets down to the ground, and it's hard to imagine how this guy only had one D1 offer. 1st and 10, he got the first down on that. It's at the 26-yard line now. Man the sidecar. 3 wide. Brungard hands off. And this one's Jaden Gilbert, and he only gets a couple yards there. So 2nd and 8, 5:36 remaining. Fast-moving game, but difficult when defense is staying on the field this long to do too much with it offensively or eventually defensively. A little delayed flip out, and Jaden Gilbert is going to score here. He's able to step out of a few tackles and get into the end zone. Penguins are going to be up 21-3, 5:13 remaining in the second quarter. So athletic play here, just a little pitch out. By that time, he's got guys downfield in front of him with the run block, and great play design. Difficult to defend, especially with these athletes the Penguins have. This time, it looks like normal extra point formation, and it is 22-3 Youngstown State, 5:13 to go, second quarter. We're going to take a quick break here. This is the Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast of Mercyhurst at Youngstown State. This is the first game of the college football season. I want to thank you for joining us. Please feel free to comment, and we'll be happy to talk some football as this game goes on.
Feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone breaks. Net blitz, let it rip. Oh, net blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Net blitz, let it rip. Oh, net blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do.
And back here as the break continues, the Lakers down now to the Penguins, and just a very athletic Penguins team. You're seeing terrific play design from Mike Yurcich as well. Nothing you wouldn't expect. He is known as one of the best offensive coordinators in the country, right, for a reason. And Bo Brungard has been an absolute force. So just they've been difficult to stop. If you can't stop that quarterback run, it seems like it's difficult to do much else with them. And the Lakers are still playing. They want to prevent those plays coming behind them as well. But right now, Brungard's able to break contain, and as we saw there, Jaden Gilbert able to do the same. So really tremendous effort so far from the Penguins, and a net of 89 yards from Bo Brungard so far. This is the first game of the college football season. Youngstown State kicking it off, and this one's going to be returnable as well. Jason Woods here. He's going to run out wide, makes a cut, and he is going to be met and down. So Lakers offense going to get another chance to take the field here, and they've been able to string together a couple of first downs last drive. They got down the field, and kind of one of those circus plays where ball is bouncing around. It's an interception, and Youngstown State so far has been tremendous. Okay, Lakers offense taking the field. We're waiting for play to begin, and now the play clock is going. So Gavonin is back there. Looks like Gamble in the backfield. Too wide to the strong side. Tight ends to the left. And that is Gamble. He's able to get called a yard, 2 yards before he's met. He's looking actually solid. He was able to get through quickly. Definitely some strong defensive linemen there for the Penguins. We've talked about them a little bit. They can go 3-4 deep. So that kind of stopped his momentum in his tracks, and he's down the 21-yard line here. 22-3 Youngstown State, 4:30 to go, and kind of a bunch formation, but too wide. Gavonin checking the play. It's like 2 tight ends. And this one's a handoff. It's again, and Gamble breaking a tackle, breaks 2, and that's going to be a first Hurst down once again, 12 yards on the play. So there is a flag down now, but Gamble bouncing off actually his own man, breaking a tackle, the Penguin, and then getting just about, probably closer to 14, 15 yards. Now, this is a personal foul chop block that's going against the Lakers. So that will remain second down, and this outstanding play is wiped out. And, well, you do like to see this. Ashton Wilson has the cut on his face down the center. Nice tight end look. So, all right, 4 minutes remaining here in the second, 22-3 Youngstown State. Trips to the left. It is 2nd and 20. And this is Amari getting the screen, and he slips up just a little bit, and that's going to limit him to just a few yards gained. So Amari Lattimore had some space on the screen, but kind of a later throw, and then slipping on that turf here at the Ice Castle. I guess it's the slippery turf of the Ice Castle, and that's going to kind of just limit what he's able to do with that. It is a 3rd down and long. Lakers at their own 19, 3rd and 14. And they've got 4 wide receivers plus a sidecar for Gavonin in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers on his strong side. Youngstown dialing up a blitz here. Show blitz. Well picked up. But this throw is going to be caught and just a little bit short by about 4 or 5 yards of the first down. And that was Christian McDonald making the grab. So they will come off the field and punt here on 4th down. So 4th and 5 here. The Lakers get ready to punt, able to do some good things after being put in a hole, but unfortunately not able to convert. Punt is away and good from the 15-yard line. This one's going to be caught just inside the 30, and there's space here. Fresh is able to get out to the 45, just about to his own 47. 2:14 remaining. Youngstown State will take over on their own side of the field. And no break here as the Penguins trot out. And it will be the 47-yard line. Tahir Mills is in as running back next to Brungardner. Brungard. 3 wide receivers, strong side. 1 to the weak, running back on the strong. Brungard fakes the handoff, runs, throws it to the sideline, and it is caught. Looks to be about a gain of 4 yards. And this one was Brian Hunt on the reception. And Hunt basically has to get his toes down and fall back. But that play will take us to the 2-minute timeout. And so 22-3, Youngstown State up on the Lakers right now. Early second quarter, 2 minutes to go. We will take a break.
Play some football. Neck blitz in the stands, all black and green. Snow on the field, but the run game mean. Fresh cut turf and a restless drum. Every first down got the whole place up. AJ at the mic, say my name one time. Crowd lean in when he drops.
Okay, we are back. We want to thank you for joining us on the Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast for Mercyhurst at Youngstown State. And it's going over some stats here for the Lakers. Receiving, Camden Lewis, 3 catches for 44 yards. Mario Lattimore, 3 catches for 31 yards. Christian McDonald, 1 catch for 13 yards. Jameer Gambles had 6 attempts. He's netted 29 yards. Byron Cardwell, 3 attempts. He's netted 3 yards. Alex Gavon is 7 for 11. He does have an interception. One of those ones where, again, it kind of bounces off his own man, goes up into the air. But total of 88 yards, as long as 26. 8 first downs for the Lakers. 31 rushing yards, 88 receiving yards. Penalties are fairly even. 3 for the Lakers, 20 yards. 3 for Youngstown State, 27 yards. Possession, 13-40 for the Lakers, 14-20 for the Penguins. So big second quarter for the Penguins so far. Ball's on the Youngstown State 48-yard line, 2nd and 4. Ron Gardner throws out quick looking pass here, and that's going to be just past the first down to the 41-yard line. And the Penguins moving quickly now. Three wide receiver set, 1 tight end. Sidecar to the right for Brungard. And this looks like a false start. I want to thank Sir Stephen Mack for checking in. Is there anywhere to watch the game? This is available on TV at ESPN Plus. Encourage you to follow along with us as well. Penguins look like they're moving back here. Again, looked like we had an early jump. So that is a false start. 1st and 15 for the Penguins. 1:46 to go in this quarter. And the call just now comes false start after, looked as though after we moved back. So now beginning to have the explanation given. First and 15 does remain the call, 1:36 to go. Brungard's shotgun. Pressure, has to dump it off, and that pass is dropped to here Mills. So it will be 2nd and 15, 1:27 to go. Really just a little dump off pass with the pressure getting in quickly. Didn't look designed, and ball hit to here in the hands, but he's unable to squeeze it. 2nd and 15 now. Brungard breaks the huddle, and Mills takes a seat after that one. Jaden Gilbert comes in at halfback, 4 wide receiver set. Gilbert to the strong side. Brungard back. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man, and this is caught, and it's a fumble. And this fumble is going to be recovered by the Lakers. Yeah, ball pops out on the hit, and it is recovered by number 23, Dalen Pringle. And there is a flag on the play. But yeah, this is a could be incomplete. Looks like it's kind of bang bang here, but on the field at least, this is a fumble recovery. And the player who drops it there is Jeremiah Sanders. Official explaining the penalty there. And it's going to go against Mercyhurst. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah, it looks like, and we're looking back at the replay here, it looks like 2 steps. Ball gets knocked out. It is bang bang. They're going to take a look at this, but do see this as a likely fumble, since that's what's called on the field. So the Hurst offense is anxious. This would be a great chance to get a 2-minute drive going. There's 1:20 left. They'll be deep in their own territory, but really got to get some of their playmakers involved in the game here. Here's your chance, sudden change opportunity. And again, hopefully this is what we see happen here. 22-3, Youngstown State here. About 1:20 to go. They're continuing to look at this play here, incompletion versus fumble. It's certainly bang bang, and probably could go either way, which is when I tend to say, well, keep it how you called it on the field. And of course, that went against the Lakers earlier. I think they could have had a possible touchdown that turned into an incomplete pass. Well, we're gonna. We just saw another angle there where it doesn't look like he ever really fully had control. This one may be coming back. Review still ongoing. And a lot of times they're looking for, what the clock is going to be set to whenever you get something like this, when these prolonged breaks. Still looking at the tablet there on the sideline. So Again, likely trying to figure out something with the clock timing on this one. But as we wait there, hopefully a minute 20 left. This will be a great chance to work out your 2-minute offense, see what you got going on. So it'd be fantastic to try to get, can we get Dylan Evans involved? Can we get Evan Van Dyke involved? That's what you really want to see here. So it would be tremendous to get a chance to catch the the chance to get on offense here. So official decision coming up. It is an incomplete pass. Want to thank Wells ZC43 first for tuning in. For second, I believe that is a goat emoji. So Youngstown State will keep the ball here. It was an incomplete pass. And with an unsportsmanlike conduct, of course, it will be a 1st and 10. Difficult situation, difficult turn of events there. Effectively like a sudden change. Okay, they come running out of the huddle. It's a 5 wide receiver set, and they're moving quickly. Brungard, and it looks like they weren't able to do it without having a false start. So the Penguins tried some trickeration there, wanted to try something, and I suppose get that on some practice in that before MVFC play, and well, maybe that's why you do it. Looks like Nielsen 76 knee tackle was unable to keep his cool. Again, you look at Nielsen, and he's a big guy, he's a tackle, but then you look and you see the tight ends that the Penguins have are basically the same size. 17 Alex McDonald on the field right now. Trips to the strong side, one to the weak, and a sidecar running back to the weak. Brungard into shotgun 1st and 15, 36-yard line. Brungard back for a pass, throws it, and this is caught, and a tackle broken. Good shifty move, and it's going to be a fair gain there for number 1, Lynn Wyke Owl. Clock is moving, and so are the Penguins. 2nd down, about 10. Brungard back. He's going to deliver the ball. He's got a guy open, and this is caught inside the 10-yard line. That was Dorian Williams. They're moving up to the line quickly here, and this is 4 wide receiver, 1 sidecar. 53 seconds to go, 1st and 5. Brungard's going to try to run it in, and he's going to get in, but I am thinking there was a hold on this play. So there's the flags. I'm expecting this to come back. Certainly looked like he got a little bit of help getting that much space. Yeah, and this is a holding call, and that's on 78 for sure. Holds the Laker, prevents him from making that tackle, which would have happened. Now that is Dismail Lay, and he is a bona fide NFL prospect playing tackle for the Penguins. But on that one, he would have gotten beat. It's 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Brungard has a chance to get his troops together this time. Shotgun, back for a pass, and has to throw this one away. If he delivered that on target, it was a pick 6. And I think he knows that, so he puts it in the dirt by his receiver's feet. Really a heads-up play there for him, as I think Teddy McDuffie Jr. would have been gone if he tries to deliver that on target. So 2nd and 15. 3 wide receivers, tight end, sidecar to weak side. Brungard, Hard County is going to change the play here. 41 seconds to go. Tight end splits out. Now got trips on the right side. He's back. He's looking to throw. He's looking downfield. He's got a man open. broken tackle and met at the 9-yard line is number 2. And that is Dorian Williams, another catch for him. So it will be a 3rd down. Big chance here for the Lakers to force a field goal. 30 seconds to go, and the first timeout is taken by Youngstown State here. So 22-3, Youngstown State, 30 seconds to go, second quarter. 3rd and 9, big chance for the Lakers defense to get a stop. So Penguins able to move quickly and possess the ball on this drive at the same time. They are now leading in the possession game 15-50 to 13-40. Three wide receiver trips to the weak side, one to the strong side, sidecar to the strong side for Brungard. 3rd and 9. Back, he's going to run. This is a delayed draw again. And he's going to just sneak into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's 28-3, Youngstown State with 23 seconds to go here in the second. It just sneaks, just tiptoes in there. So this will be an extra point opportunity, which would take them up 26. And it is good. Penguins up 29-3 over the Lakers, 23 seconds to go in this first half. Okay, quick break here while the teams get set to kick off. All right, Lakers getting ready to talk here. Want to let you know at halftime we are going to play an interview we had with Penguin Fan Nation podcast, Gino Leone, just kind of breaking down who the Youngstown State Penguins are. Mercyhurst will get set to receive this, and likely you're looking at in this situation here, 23 seconds. Get a chance to regroup, come back out in the second half, run your offense, play to your standard. And I think that's what we're going to see. Kickoff is a squib, and it's fielded. Yeah, bounce at about the 25-yard line to the Lakers. So both teams huddling up, getting ready here to close out this half. Gavaudin back there with Mookie next to him there. And there's the knee. and both teams trotting off to the locker room. End of the first half. Mercyhurst 3, Youngstown State 29. Here with Gino Leone. He's the host of the Penguins Nation fan podcast, writer for our good friends at redshirtsports.xyz. Gino, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and talk with us here.
Thank you for having me, sir. I'm excited to talk some football.
Yeah, well, we got the first game of the year here. It's your Penguins. It's one of my teams, the Mercyhurst Lakers, and they're meeting up on a Thursday night. They're going to kick off the season, and this is not the first time they've done it, of course. But looking at this Penguins roster, I've followed the league for a few years. I saw Duquesne beat them. Then I saw them get some NEC revenge last year, and now this year, this team looks loaded. How are they bringing all these guys back?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I really do believe it starts with the head coach we have here in Doug Phillips. And I know if you ask YSU fans, it's probably split opinions on him in terms of game management and some of those certain things. But I really think the culture he's been able to establish is really honorable. I mean, from top to bottom with his coaching staff, you see alignment. I had the privilege to interview a great man, Kenneth Donaldson. He's the director of player development. He's not involved with game planning, none of that day-to-day stuff, but he's there. He's a leader. His presence is felt. You know, he's a pastor at a church. He makes an influence as a leader. And I just think from, Coach Remigio coming in, you obviously saw what he did at Mercyhurst. He's a fantastic leader, great person. I've had the opportunity to see him before. Coach Yursich, we brought him in from Penn State, phenomenal offensive coordinator. So I really think it's that trickle-down effect of it starts with Doug Phillips. He holds people accountable. He takes accountability when things go wrong. And then you see that with some of the players we have. Bo Brungard, we know how good of a player he is, but he's a phenomenal person. He's a great leader. He knows how to build people up. Mike Wells on defense. It's just a really good culture. And I think we couldn't always say that before. You go back to 2023, there were some guys that were looking to hop on some escape routes after we lost to Villanova. There were guys that were getting Power 4 offers, and they took the bait, right? They took the money. They went to a Power 4 roster, and then we have that 2024 season where we take a step back. We didn't have that this offseason. We have a culture established. You have guys that are loyal to Youngstown like Bo Brungard, like Mike Wells. So I really think it's a whole program deal. And I truly believe it starts with Doug Phillips, and I think he's so good at building relationships and establishing a culture from top to bottom.
Yeah, and you look at the overall win-loss record, it does seem like, this was probably a bit of a rebuilding job for him, but now he's at this place where, is this a make-or-break year, though? Because the Penguins went 8-4 last year. This year looks like a top 10 team for sure. I mean, what do they got to do this year?
Yeah, the expectations are going to be super high, especially when you return the best player in the country in Bo Brungard. It's a good question, right? There's a lot of pressure from the fan base. It's a proud program with a lot of tradition. And not just Bo Brungard, but there's a lot of experienced players coming back. I think 100% the expectation, you have to make the playoffs. That's a guarantee. You have to make the playoffs. Without a doubt, I think 100% we need to be pushing for a conference championship. I think to say that we have to win a national championship might be a bit ridiculous to me because only one team can win it, and there's so many good teams. You know how those playoff games go. Anyone can win it. There's 24 really good teams. I do think it's a make or break year just because you're very rarely are you going to return a quarterback as good as Bo Brungard. And not just that, but his entire offensive line's back. I'm sure we'll talk about the defensive line is loaded. You bring in a splash hire like Ryan Remigio on defense, our special teams coordinator we brought in. I think he has a super bright future. So you put all those things together, and I think the pressure is ramped up. I think we have to capitalize on this season because next season, or at least next offseason, you're not going to have Bo Brungard coming back. You're not going to have Mike Wells coming back. And we don't want to see a similar effect to where after that 2023 season where we made the postseason, after that, a ton of guys left. We had 2024. You saw an NEC team in Duquesne come and upset us. I think we have to at least, easily make the playoffs, push for a conference championship, and potentially make a run in the postseason. So, yes, it's a pressure-filled year, and we need to capitalize on expectations.
And here's the depth chart for Ants. But I'm looking through this. I was been putting this together. Of course, I'm calling this game for internet radio, and this defensive line goes. I mean, it's going 4 deep in some places. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
What happened here? How's this group so filthy? What can they do to the Blitz is here with Mercyhurst coach, new Mercyhurst coach, Tom Sadesky. Coach, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to talk with us before the season.
I appreciate you for having me. Been looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you were in program, but first and foremost, congratulations on being a new head coach. You have to take these first opportunities and be careful with them. What makes Mercyhurst a great place to be?
Well, I think first and foremost, seeing an inside look for the last 2 years being the offensive coordinator, I think the piece that makes Mercyhurst very unique is we're not quite to the point where we're so business oriented like some of these other universities across the country. We are very family oriented. And I think you feel that from not just the student athletes that we have on campus, but also from our administration. We have a saying here that Hurst is home, and you can really feel that after you've been here for a period of time that this is a special place that the people that are here really enjoy it. And I think on the flip side of that too, something that was very unique to us as we got into when I first became the head coach. Obviously the transfer portal is different for everybody. We only had a single digit amount of guys that decided to enter the portal. So I think that's important when you look at, do people want to be here? Which ultimately, at the end of the day, I think when you're being treated the right way, that's a place that you want to be. And it's shown both of those student athletes and obviously with myself as well, deciding to stick on here and obviously becoming the new head coach.
Yeah, and that's impressive, especially in a transition. Now, you had a very successful program here the past several years. Last year was an incredible ride for the program, but this is yours now, and you get to put your own stamp on it. What are kind of the values of the program? What are you making on and off the field?
Sure. I think one of the biggest pieces, in my opinion, from the first 2 years that I was here to where we're at now, I think is the overall belief, which is something that obviously I believe we instilled from an offensive perspective, but now to have the opportunity to instill it from a full scale perspective. I think our belief from a program perspective is at an all-time high and obviously something that we want to continue. But when you look at going back to last year, and we're really one play away from earning a share of that conference title, to now the guys that have had the opportunity to come back full circle, they're a lot hungrier than maybe they were years before. So we've seen the opportunities where we can be really successful going into a season, and being as hungry as we are, that chip on our shoulder going into this upcoming year, we know it's going to be a little bit different. So I do believe that the belief from that perspective is at an all-time high, because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to? So I think our guys are incredibly happy with where we're at from a program perspective, excited for the upcoming season. The other piece is, I know I already mentioned it, but the family-oriented atmosphere. And we talk about our program, we talk about family being, forget about me, I love you. Putting the betterment of the team before oneself, I think is one of our mantras that we try to live by. And I think ultimately that is bought into from a full team perspective. And, whether it's myself or one of our coaching staff, I don't tell our guys to have an open door policy by any means, but our guys come in and talk shop with us, whether that's football or non-football related issues, things in their life that they love to talk about as well. So I think that's important for those guys, the willingness to come into the building and talk about a variety of different things, because the reality of the situation is I'm going to spend more time with these guys than I do my family sometimes. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we better get to know each other.
Yeah, and I loved hearing about a chip on your shoulder. You're going to need that early on. I don't think the gap between FBS and FCS has ever been this small before, but you're going to get the chance to put that to the test. You start with Youngstown State, kick off actually all of college football, but then you've got New Mexico and New Mexico State, homecoming in Western Kentucky. I mean, how do you get your guys up for those games? What's it kind of do for you as a program?
Well, I think, anytime that you play in an atmosphere like that, whether it's to start college football on a Thursday night or to play an FBS game, you don't really have to talk to the guys about getting up. They're pretty excited for those opportunities to play in some big games. And that's something that we're going to relish. Any challenge that we have on the schedule, whether it's to play an FBS opponent or in-conference game, whatever it may be, is not just that, but it's also a great opportunity for our guys to play at the highest level, and something that we're going to look forward to. And our expectation going into those games doesn't change regardless of who we play. The expectation is that we're going to go in there and play our best football. Really, when it boils down to our standards and who we are, we don't play to ultimately the standard, the scoreboard per se. We play to our standard, play in and play out, and that's executing, understanding that the next play is the most important play. And each individual deal, whether we're winning 100 to nothing or 0 to 100, that standard doesn't change. And that ultimately is something that our guys try to live by. We don't play to the scoreboard, we play to our level of execution.
And the plus side of this too is you have those non-conference games, all those non-conference games, and then you get to go into the meat of the NEC's schedule. It's uninterrupted, your entire league slate. So are you able to kind of find some things out about your team in those first few games to get you into the meat of league play?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think, initially right now, obviously, we're a very different team now than maybe we were a year ago. We have different guys that are going to step up in different position rooms that, when they step into those roles, it's going to be something that's new for them in that early season, both in fall camp, going out to the summer workouts, back to spring ball. We're still trying to figure out what is our identity going to be as a football team. Our identity going into week 1 might look a lot different than it is going into week 6, week 7, week 8, whatever it may be. And obviously those things are also going to be tailored because ultimately I think in every facet, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, you're always trying to put the players at the forefront of your scheme. The players trump the plays ultimately at the end of the day. So what do our guys do best? And that's ultimately what we're going to put a focus on from a schematic perspective. I tell the guys all the time, hey, my playbook at home is massive. I got a big playbook, but ultimately what we go in there to a week-to-week basis is what can we execute at a high level. And those are the things that ultimately our guys have a lot of belief and faith in, and the confidence level to go out and execute regardless of who we play.
So talking about some of those guys, obviously the quarterback position is kind of what sells the papers. You've had an established backup here, but then you bring in Anthony Walter. He's a former three-star quarterback from Nevada. I mean, is this a position where there's still competition going on heading into fall camp? Do we have a guy who's kind of leading in the clubhouse?
All of those guys, to tell you the truth, and really every position group, our guys know that what you did last year is irrelevant to what's going to happen this year. You're going to have to earn every opportunity that you get on the football field, and that goes for our quarterbacks. That goes for any number of guys that were all conference last year. I think the thing that's unique about us now is our competition level at pretty much every position group is at an all-time high. When you look at the roster and you try to figure out, how many of these guys can play on special teams, and we're saying, hey, we got a lot of guys can play on special teams. I think that goes to when you look a little bit deeper to the individual position groups and the competition that you have at those groups. For the quarterbacks in particular, we did bring in a guy to bring in competition because we do believe that competition at the end of the day is going to bring everybody and bring up the floor to ultimately bring up the roof too. Anthony Walter has been doing a tremendous job being here in spring ball, learning the playbook throughout summer workouts as well. Alex Gavadin's, obviously, he knows the system more than anybody because he's been in it for a number of years and has had roughly 100 to 150 snaps over his career here as a quarterback in some capacity or another. And then another young guy is Tyler Tusai, who has been in the system for over a year now, still learning it, incredibly talented. We're excited about all three of those guys. It's going to be a big competition going into fall camp, and I'm looking forward to ultimately who ends up going out there and playing for us. I think is going to do a tremendous job.
And we are back here to talk a little bit about the first half of this game. I want to thank Coach Sadesky for giving us some time during the off season just to talk about his program. This is the first game, his first game as the Mercyhurst Lakers head coach. So right now, Youngstown State is up in front 29-3. However, looking at individual stats for the Lakers, Camden Lewis, 3 catches for 44 yards. Mari Lattimore, 3 catches, 31 yards. Christian McDonald, 1 catch, 13 yards. Rushing Jameer Mookie Gamble, 6 attempts, 29 net. Byron Cardwell, 3 attempts, 3 net. And Camden Lewis, 1 attempt, net, -1. Passing, it's been all Alex Gavadin. 7 completions on 11 attempts, 1 interception, which was, a fairly circus-like interception there, and 63.6% completion percentage, 88 yards, and it's really just at this point a case of not even so much getting off the brakes, so much as the Youngstown State's quarterback, Bo Brungard, has a net of 98 yards right now on 15 attempts, and he could have more. There was a holding penalty, which would have taken him over 100. He could very well have 100 yards at this point. There's something about having a quarterback that's that good of an athlete in the backfield where it can be impossible to stop sometimes. Receiving wise, then Wyke Owl has 4 catches, 34 yards. Dorian Williams, 2 catches, 29 yards. Alex McDonald, 1 catch for 12 yards. Antoine Gardner, 1 catch, 6 yards. Brian Hunt, 1 catch, 6 yards. Austin Bray, 1 catch, 5 yards. So from a passing perspective, that's 15 attempts and 10 completions for Bo Brungard. Looks everything like the Walter Payton Award player that you would expect. This looks like the best quarterback in FCS. This may be the best quarterback the Lakers face all season long, and it's a difficult test. One thing we have seen that has been really good for the Lakers is that Mookie Gamble looks like a every down running back. I think, there was probably a little bit of, he has to split the carries, but then you see him in pass coverage where he picked up a blitz, which led to a big play for Lattimore. And, suddenly you're like, okay, this is a guy who can play every down for the Lakers. He can have the ability to catch the ball, run the ball, and then also block. It looks like a really good player for the Lakers that they're going to be happy to have during NEC season. Got a comment, great to have football games again. It certainly is. This is the first game of the college football season here. Very privileged to be able to call this one on internet radio. This is AJ Malski, NECblitz.com, providing the Mercyhurst Lakers radio stream. I want to thank everyone for coming and checking us out tonight. Please make it as interactive as you're able to. Would love to talk some football during this game. So the Penguins will receive the kick here whenever play resumes. And this is a situation where you're going to have to start to make adjustments, because right now, I mean, you're facing a quarterback that looks unstoppable. Certainly, stopping him from running hasn't been effective. Then whenever you're able to do that, he's going to be able to go over top of the pass. That's what he's shown. So, and you really have to kind of dig deep. What do you have to stop a guy like Bo Brungard, who is, again, this is the best player returning in FCS, one of the best players in the country at any level. This is a guy who could have played effectively anywhere, chose to come back to Youngstown State. He wants to win a championship here. And, this is a team that expects to compete for the national championship. Not just Missouri Valley Football Conference Championship, expecting to compete for the national championship. Of course, Coach Ryan Remedio, the former Lakers head coach, as of last year was the Lakers head coach. He has gone to Youngstown State to become the defensive coordinator. His defense looks good. And of course, we wish Coach Remedio all the best in every game except for this one. We're looking forward to seeing the Lakers offense get back on the field. Unfortunately, with the Penguins getting the ball, there's going to be a differential for possession that we're going to have to deal with. That and a defense that could start to get tired as this continues to go on. I want to remind you that there is a Long Island University Sharks game tonight as well. Stay with us afterwards. Check out the LIU Sharks as they take on North Dakota. It's sure to be another one of these battles where NEC teams, are afraid of nobody, anytime, any place, anywhere. And you'll go and take on North Dakota to begin the season. Actually, it's part of a home and home. North Dakota will be going to LIU next year. Speaking of home and homes, this is round 2 of the Lakers and Penguins. This is the second time the two clubs have met. However, next season, the Penguins will come to Erie, Pennsylvania to open up the year. Going to be a tremendous atmosphere and really looking forward to that one. So this is also part of a series where there's going to be a return game. So, and that gives you kind of the ability to write this one down and, okay, let's keep building up our program. We'll see them again next year. They have to come to our turf. And, something to keep playing for. Of course, the Lakers want to play to their standard, and they're capable of doing some very good things here in the second half. So we'll look forward to seeing that as the half progresses. Should be getting ready for kickoff here very shortly. The Youngstown State Penguins leading the Mercyhurst Lakers currently 29-3 as we get close to starting off the second half. Getting ready for kickoff here at the Ice Castle. And second half, new game. Lakers getting ready to kick off. Penguins will receive, and doing the receiving should be Deshaun Watley, running back. Looks like we got Zion Neal back there as well. Maybe Sir Gibson, one of the great names in college football this year, Sir Gibson of the Youngstown State Penguins. And Lakers kick off, and ball's in the air. This one is returnable. Penguins will choose to do so. It's past the 20, hits his own man, and goes down at about the 23-yard line. So that was Barksdale, who ran into his own player and went down. Of course, college football, you do not have to be touched by an opponent. So we expect Bo Brungard to come back out there. And does. He's got his running back in there as well, Jaden Gilbert. Shotgun. 2 to the weak side. He's got 2 running backs, 1 on each side here, 1 guy to the strong side. His tight end's not currently out there. Handoff. Breaks a tackle, 10, 12. About 12 yards there for the Penguins and a first down. And that was Gardner on that run. Antoine Gardner has gotten some good play tonight. Quick moving for the Penguins. This one's a option, fake handoff. Brungard up north about 3-4 yards. And that'll get him to the century mark. 2nd and 7, 14-15 to go. 29-3, Penguins leading the Lakers. Pistol formation. Motion. Brungard takes snap. He's back to pass. He's going to go deep here. He unloads. This is a deep ball, and it is too far. Incomplete. It is 3rd and 7, 13:51 to go. And yeah, that was a shot for everything in there to Jeremiah Sanders. Had he caught that, if he's gone, but too far. And Brungard's shown a little bit of difficulty with those deep passes, hitting them in stride. 4 wide receiver, make that 5. Gilbert out in motion. They've liked doing this. They've liked trying to get a linebacker on him here. Brungard calling out signals. Snap is there. He's looking for Gilbert. Switches, looks across, and This is short of the first down. This is the first third down the Penguins have not converted, but it'll be about a 4th and 1. Offense looking like they intend to stay on the field here as it's close to midfield. I think initially the receiver had it and then ran back. So that's a lesson for Lindwijk L. They are going to give him the first down and call it forward progress here. So 1st and 10. Not thrilled. I think he had run back. Brungard, he'll hold on to the ball in the option, and he runs for close to the first down, possibly the first down to the right side and out of bounds. Brungard back to pass. Short throw, but his receiver makes a diving pass back toward the line of scrimmage to catch it. That's going to be a short completion as a result. Brian Hunt on the catch. Second and 7, so 3-yard completion. Huddle up. Brungar's 2 running backs, 1 on each side, 3 wide receiver set. Believe the slot receiver is the tight end. McDonald changing the play. Three seconds. Snap is called. And catch in traffic. Tough catch by Brian Hunt, who makes another good one. It is going to be 3rd down and short, thanks to really a catch in traffic. It certainly wasn't for lack of coverage. The coverage was there. Just you get a fast pass to a good wide receiver. That can be tough to beat. 3rd and 2 for the Penguins. 7 for 7 on 3rd downs thus far. 11:22 to go. 29-3 Penguins. Brungard's going to keep on the option. He didn't get it. He went up the gut, and had he even handed the ball off, that was going nowhere. And excellent defense there, as it is going to be a 4th down. And see what the Penguins offense wants to do here. They look like they are staying on the field. It's a big 4th down opportunity. Shotgun fairly tight. Lakers getting up tight to the line. Brungard turns to his running back. It's short pass, swing pass. It is complete. This is going to be a 1st down. And so the Penguins continue the drive, stay on the field. That was fresh wall catch. Kind of came across like it was going to be a jet sweep. Ball was never even hinted at in that direction. Just given a quick throw to the outside, quick wide receiver, returns some kicks for them, difficult to stop. And that'll be a 1st down. 1st and 10. Brungard's got 2 running backs to his left. Motion toward the left. And he's got another running back now. He's got 1 on each side. And Penguins kind of running the clock a little bit here. This is a deep throw. He's got a man, and there's a little bit of a push off. It is caught. Brian Hunt on the touchdown for the Penguins. And so Youngstown State will score again. There's 9:40 to go. Penguins in the lead. And very good effort to catch that ball for Brian Hunt, who had really a standout drive there. Made lots of good plays. Extra point is good. So Youngstown State extends the lead 36-3. It's 9:40 to go here. as the Lakers offense will take the ball for the first time in the second half following this kickoff in this break.
Crowd lean in when he drops that line. Hands in the air when the snap goes live. We came to fight, we came to thrive. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone breaks. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Mud on the cleats, but the eyes stay sharp. Fourth quarter, smoke and a beating heart. Late night lights on the frozen dome. Still we bring that thunder home. Corner out clean and the sideline screams. Bench gone wild when the jersey gleams. If you came to doubt, better change that plan. We got grit in the voice and fire in the hands. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone breaks. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Say it loud now. From the first whistle to the last snap, we don't fall down. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do.
Penguins getting ready to kick off here to the Lakers for the first possession of the second half. Get a good chance to see the Lakers offense try to get down the field here again. Jason Woods is going to be back to receive this kickoff. It is high, it is deep, and this is going to be a touchback. Mercyhurst offense huddles up and gets ready to get back out there and get a good chance to get some live reps here. Gavaudin's back out on the field. Lakers in all white, Penguins in all red. Camden Lewis in the backfield. He's playing like a fullback here. Looks like we've got, and it's Byron Cardwell as well. And kind of a delayed handoff. Looked like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there. And Byron Caldwell is knocked down for a loss. So Penguins maintaining the pressure here. Second down, 14 on 21-yard line. Gavaudin on a hard count. Play actions, men in his face, and he has to overthrow Camden Lewis just to get the ball out of there. Check that. I think that was Dylan Evans. So good idea to try to get the ball in his hands, get him involved in the game. A very important player to your offense. Unfortunately, it was a little bit of a screen, dump off pass, and fortunately a little bit too tall on the defensive lineman there. Three to the weak side, one to the strong. It's Dylan Evans. Caldwell in the backfield next to Gavaudin. He's going to throw deep. He's got Evans for a good first down. And there we go. We've got Dylan Evans involved in the game. That's going to be close to midfield. Had to roll out and throw kind of against his body, but Evans is open enough, beat two guys there, that he's able to get that catch probably about the 48-yard line. And we've got Dylan Evans involved. Hurst down. Shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Tight end. Sidecar for Gavaden. Looks like Caldwell still. It's back. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to run. And he gets a couple of yards there to make it more second down and a little bit more manageable. Switching out defensive linemen for the Penguins again. They are so deep at that position. Three wide out for the Lakers. Caldwell makes a pistol set. It's going to be a handoff, and play action, and pass just off target a little bit. And that was an attempt to get Amari Lattimore the ball in some space. Looks like they like his speed. They're trying to get him those little passes and let him run with it, but unfortunately that one's just not going to quite be there. 3rd and 8 now. 7:36 to go in the third. Just about a midfield. Trips. It's a handoff. And it looks like he'll be stopped just behind the line. Might have been an attempt to get him set up for a good 4th down, but unfortunately this one's not going to work out. Be about 4th and 10 after that stop from the Penguins. And the punt unit does come out. You see things you like in that drive. They think they have someone who's going to be a difference maker in NEC games with Lattimore for sure. Dylan Evans getting involved in them working to get him involved is exactly what you need, what you want there. So, positive steps there on a difficult drive. And this punt is going to die inside the 20. 16-yard line. It's a good punt. Penguins will take over for the offense. 3rd quarter, 6:42 to go. Penguins up.
Play some football, Netflix, Northeastern football, stand up tall, that's what we do. Play some football.
Commercial break. Bo Brungard's obviously been the story here so far, but I think getting Dylan Evans involved in, seeing, okay, still got Dylan Evans, he's still looking good. And that pass was for 28 yards. So it's capable of those chunk plays and really, a fine rollout by Gavaden as well. The Penguins have sort of been able to clamp down on Camden Lewis. So I think early on they weren't really prepared for what he was going to be for them defensively. Seemed to have been able to get to him since then. So Gavaden at this point, 14 attempts, 8 completions, 1 interception. And 6:54 to go. Penguins offense gets back on there. And I mean, Bo Brungard's obviously been the story so far for their offense. He's now at 114 yards netted on the ground. And through the years, thrown for 141, 2 touchdowns. This looks like the best player that the Lakers are going to see all season long. Last year, I think Yursic's offense, maybe they're still getting comfortable in it, the Penguins, but this year they look comfortable and it's a different team. It's a different looking game. So Brungard's in the shotgun. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. running back on his left side. Back to throw, rolls out, hits his running back. He's going to have a first, 15, 20 yards, and he's out just before the 40-yard line. Brungard looked to his left there, kind of looked off the defenders from his running back, Gilbert, and then was able to throw to him. Brungard is sacked. Big blitz, big pass rush, and that is McDuffie once again, I believe, the sack. This guy is going to be a great edge rusher for the Lakers this season. And look, that's a feather in your hat whenever you can take down Bo Brungard. So Penguins huddle up. It's 2nd and 15 now. Big sack for the Lakers. And Teddy McDuffie. This is a guy they can bring off the edge. He's got speed. He was in there in a hurry. The whole Lakers defense was swarming. Shotgun 4 wide. Once again, good pressure. Brungard delivers deep. And this is incomplete. It will be 3rd and 15. Delivered deep, but I don't think he really had a chance to set and throw the way he wanted to there. I don't know if he even wanted necessarily to throw that pass in particular. Had good pressure again. This is, we're seeing some good blitz, some good speed here for the Lakers. 3rd and 15. Brungard huddles him up, breaks the huddle. He'll have 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Looks like Gilbert's still in, half back to his right. 2 deep safeties for the Lakers playing at the first down marker. Snap. Back to throw again. Doesn't have anyone. He's going to take off and run. He's dangerous with his feet. Breaks 1 tackle. He's not going to get the first down. He fumbles. And this is McDuffie with the fumble recovery. Was he down? And officials will say he was. I mean, defensively here, the player of the game so far is McDuffie. He caused pressure for Brungard on that play. Gets back upfield to recover what could have been a fumble. Looks like ground did in fact cause it, but now it's 4th and 7, and the Penguins are going to be forced to punt here. And in big part, obviously, there's 11 guys on the field. There's scheming involved. What one guy does helps another. But McDuffie was around the ball that series. Just tremendous series for McDuffie as the Penguins have to punt. And this is a good punt. It's going to be fair caught at about the 22. There is a flag. And we'll wait this one. This was illegal procedure, false start. And the Penguins will punt it again. So that explains the lack of return there. They had blown it dead. 4:38 to go. Penguins up on the Lakers. Ethan Holbrook is back deep to get this punt. Punts from about his 27-yard line. Holbrook will need to fair catch this. Ball does initially drop. He's able to recover it with ease. A lot of traffic around him there. So Lakers offense will take the field once again. It's a strong defensive stop, really something they needed. And if you're looking for, who's an emerging player, who's a guy in this defense that's going to be able to make plays for the Lakers this season, why not look toward Teddy McDuffie Jr., big number 0, the linebacker. Excellent series, and I believe 2 sacks so far this game. Let's take a look. They're going to call it 1 tackle for loss so far. 4 solos, 7 total tackles. Beckwith is 11 total for the defense. They're going to give him 1.5 sacks so far, McDuffie, as well as the tackle for loss, and half a sack to J.C. Cloutier out of Quebec. So let's do the thing. Teddy McDuffie Jr. is in his academic year as a junior, 6'4", 220 pounds, out of Buffalo, New York, previous school Monroe, major cyber intelligence. And he's a guy emerging for the Lakers here for sure. Braylon Beckwith, right with him, 11 total tackles. He's a junior defensive back out of Canal, Winchester, Ohio, in sports business management. So we hope to work with Braylon in the near future for many years to come if he's going into sports management. It's 4:28 remaining in the third quarter. Youngstown State up on Mercyhurst. And we go to effectively in progress. Gavaden is in the pistol formation. He's got 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Hard count. Sails that ball to Evans a little bit, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Good coverage from the Youngstown State Penguins. And 2nd and 10 here for the Lakers as they seek to get Dylan Evans involved in the game, get him some comfort this season. Want to once again state the icy whites for the Lakers, all reds for the Penguins, new icy whites for the Lakers. We have not seen these before. Snap, fake handoff, pressure on Gavaden. Throws, and this is going to be intercepted. Pass was intended for Evans, was a little bit too much string pulled on that. And Penguins are going to intercept that. That is Roderick Owens Jr. on the interception. And he just was able to cut in front of Evans there. A lot of pressure on Gavaden, had to make a quick decision, and that's what led to that turnover. So Penguins take over deep in Laker territory, 4:10 remaining. Brungard comes out. Screen pass, right back, and met immediately. So nothing doing there for number 1, who's Lynn Wake. Oh, he's lined up in the backfield there. Around the NEC, North Dakota up 7-0 on Long Island, 10:34 remaining in the first quarter. Brungard shotgun, 4 wide receivers, make it 5 as the running back Gilbert has once again split out. Got to make sure you get a defensive back on him. It's back, and this is a draw play. He's met quickly, manages to shoulder through 1 tackle, but not 2. And he's going to get just a few yards up the middle there. They continue to have him run, get some contact early on this season. 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation. HCL moves over to the strong side. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Sidecar for Brungard on his left. Back to pass. This is intercepted. And a diving interception for the Lakers. And this is Jaden Allos. That was an athletic play. And the Lakers defense settling in and beginning to give this Youngstown State offense something to think about. So Brungard here thinks he has a guy, but Alice is just dropping back into coverage and makes really an incredible diving catch there. They ought to consider getting this guy on both sides of the field. It was that level of catch. So that's a turnover, and Gavon's going to lead this offense back on. His sidecar is Mookie Gamble. 2:31 remaining. He is at his own 19-yard line, 3 wide receivers. Hard count. Back, rolls out to his left. See, like he's going to throw for Evans, and just a little overthrown. And check that. That was Ethan Holbrook. Just overthrew him a hair, running the opposite side. So definitely good design. Looked like he also had an underneath route with Mookie, but he had the guy open, just couldn't quite hit his slot receiver. So 2nd and 10, still at the 19-yard line, 2:24 to go. Holbrook in motion. This is going to be a handoff to Mookie. Mookie's going to get about 3 yards on that run up the middle. He looks slippery. The first drive was obviously his best so far. The Penguins have kind of settled in after that, but he does look like a slippery back. He's going to sub out here actually for Caldwell. 3rd and 8, minute 55 to go, and Lakers trying to convert a long first down after a tremendous interception. Got 4 wide receivers, 3 weak side, 1 strong. Showing some blitz here. Gavon points it out. Snap just in time. There's the blitz as expected. A lot of pressure. He's going to have to get rid of it here. Amazing one-handed catch. And that was Caldwell who tipped it to himself on the run. Fantastic play for the Hurst down. And Gavon steps up in the pocket. He's got to duck out of one, run to the right side. Just has to get it high enough to get past the linebacker. And it's a difficult catch. He's backing up. Caldwell hits it with his right hand and gets it to his body. Hurst down. And now at the 36-yard line. Good chunk play. 54 seconds in the quarter. Caldwell remains the back. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. This is to Van Dyke, and that's a good gain. Probably about 8 yards there as we get Evan Van Dyke involved as well. And this is everything you'd hope to see from the Lakers offense as the game is kind of winding down. You want to see them get these guys involved. You want to see them kind of figure out what's going to work past the scripted first drive. And so far in this drive, you're kind of seeing it. Caldwell remains the sidecar, shotgun, tight formation. And into the third. And so Youngstown State is up as we begin the 4th quarter. Lakers ball starting to move down the field just a little bit. And we will let them take a break on the field and take a break ourselves.
Neck blitz in the stands, all black and green. Snow on the field, but the run game mean. Fresh cut turf and a restless drum. Every first down got the whole place up. AJ at the mic, say my name one time. Crowd lean in when he drops that line. Hands in the air when the snap goes live. We came to fight, we came to thrive. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone breaks. Neck blitz.
around the NEC. Come on back. North Dakota up 15-0 on Long Island. 7:57 to go. Wonder if that like 2-point conversion on your second touchdown is that an advanced strategy, a sabermetric or something? I've not seen that. So ending the third quarter here, heading into the fourth, and this drive has been promising for the Lakers so far. It's 4 plays, been slower, 17, but that you're seeing what Byron Caldwell can do now, and then you're getting Evan Van Dyke involved. You've gotten Dylan Evans the ball. If you can kind of get these guys going here, you're going to set yourself up for more success in the next several games. So really hoping this is a trend that continues through the fourth quarter, get the guys involved and play to your standard. Show show what your offense has. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about it. Play to your standard here. And I think that's what we're going to see. In the third quarter, Mercyhurst had 2 first downs to Youngstown State's 6. Tough on the rushing side of things. Of course, there's that interception for 1 yard, but the Jaden Allos interception, obviously a highlight for that, as well as you just saw better defense in that third quarter. You saw them kind of settle in a little bit, I think, and that's where you get to see, like your Teddy McDuffies start to emerge, and then Janalis. This is going to be a good team with a good linebacker core. I think we're going to see that. It's 2nd and 4, and the lights are on in the ice castle, and Alex Gavanin is under center, shotgun. Caldwell is sidecar. Moving around Camden Lewis. He gets the ball in the handoff, but he is met. That defensive line for the Penguins is so effective, and they're going to have difficulty keeping them off of really anyone you run. That tackle made by number 8, Ebony Curry Jr. We know Ebony Curry is fantastic, and he showed it there. 3rd and 7. 4 wide receivers. I like the creativity they've shown with Camden Lewis, trying to get him the ball in different ways. This is really a guy who's going to break out this season. Gavanin steps up in the pocket. He's going to run for it. No, he unloads at the last minute. He hits. Is that Dylan Evans? Hits Dylan Evans, who almost gets away with it, too. And that's a Hurst down. As you saw, Gavanin really throws well on the run, does well when he's outside the pocket. I don't think he's not going to be Bo Brungard and run for 100 yards, but he's going to hit Dylan Evans. He's going to hit Evan Van Dyke, and as it turns out, Byron Caldwell on those plays. There is a flag down, and he may have been past the line of scrimmage. We felt he was going to run, and it is on the Lakers. Illegal forward pass. So he was indeed past the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of down. It is a punting situation now, but shouldn't really take the shot away from. Okay, once again, we're seeing what Dylan Evans can do. He's able to play against Youngstown State. It's tough. A couple of difficult penalties the Lakers have taken this game. Punt will be from about the 20-yard line. Steps up to the 24 and unloads. It's a good punt. It's going to go out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. So good job flipping the field for the Lakers. Just 13:37 to go in the fourth here. And really disappointed that we didn't get to see, what that what that would have been, that pass to Evans, just because it's good seeing what Gavon's strengths are. He's very effective at moving outside the pocket. He's not, again, he's not got the burners. He's not going to be the fastest guy out there, but he is able to make plays with his feet and throwing on a run. So Mercyhurst defense will be back out there once they return from a break. And really encouraged to see the last couple of drives, want to see if it's something that they're able to continue. In that third quarter and in the first quarter, the Lakers have only given up 7 points in each quarter. It was really that second quarter where things got away from them a little bit. 22 points there, and waiting to get the offense going again. They're shown some sparks, but just not able to catch fire at this point. Of course, Bo Brungard, just his name comes up over and over again on the scoring summary. Throwing passes, running for touchdowns. I think he's thrown for 3 and run for 2 at this point. So, and check that. He's run for 2, thrown for 2. One of those was and he's thrown for a 2-point conversion. So he's done everything he possibly could with the ball here. It's just very difficult when you're going against a player this good. Brungard does remain in the game here. He is in the shotgun. His running back is Antoine Gardner. 2 wideouts, tight end. And fooled the cameraman. Gardner did not have the ball. It was actually Lynn Wakechiel, who they like to get the ball to, and it looks like a lot of different ways to get the ball in his hands. He'll step out and take a breather. You've got Jaden Gilbert and Antoine Gardner both in there with Brungard. 2 wide receivers as well, and of course Alex McDonald, the tight end. Brungard had a man. He's still looking, and he's able to get a guy running back to the ball for a first down, and that would be Jeremiah Sanders. So Brungard had a lot of time in the pocket. They dropped a lot of guys back, had more offensive linemen than defensive linemen on that. Finally, guys able to run back to the ball, and that's Sanders, and he'll make the catch just short of the 40. 164 passing yards for Bo now. 2 men in the backfield with Bo. He's going to hand this one off. Like first option of a triple. And once again, that's Jaden Gilbert. He gets positive yardage on that play, running to the right. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. Brungard remains in the shotgun. 11:43 to play. Whiteshell in motion. He's going to fake the run to that side, and it's a throwback screen to number 4. This one's trouble. And he's going to be down after a huge gain at the 10-yard line. And that was Antoine Gardner. A brilliant play design where, you look to the left and then turn around. He turns and has everyone going to the left, flooding that side, and just has a running back all alone there who's able to take the screen and make some very big gains on it. So 1st and 10, 1st and goal. Just outside of that, it's 1st and 11 in the red zone. Hurst showing blitz. This is a handoff. I think they're going to start limiting Brungard's runs here, and nothing doing for Gardner. He gets maybe a yard before he's met, and he stood up, blow the whistle after being pushed back long enough. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers, strong side, 1 to the weak side, running back to the weak side. A lot of defensive backs in there for Hurst. It's a fade route, and defender had a better shot at it than a wide receiver, but no one really had a great shot. 3rd and 7, and on the defense there was number 27, Nicholas Williams for the Lakers. Fantastic job guarding against the fade. Ball thrown to Jeremiah Sanders, who's a good wide receiver, and just got outplayed, outboxed there. Brungard is in the shotgun. He's got a tight bunch to the right side. 1 way out to the left. This looks like a fade. He's back. He's looking fade, looks off, and has a touchdown across the middle as Gilbert able to sneak out and get open in the middle of the field. Touchdown Youngstown State as they get on the board in the 4th quarter. And Brungard looks initially for the fade. It's not there. That or he is looking off the defenders from Gilbert, which would be a brilliant football play from him. And we know he's a brilliant quarterback, so entirely possible. Does great. Either looks him off or finds his next option. Either way, touchdown, extra point is good. So 43 points now for the Youngstown State Penguins. Around the NEC, 22 North Dakota, Long Island 0, 4:40 to go in the 1st quarter there. We will take a quick break here as they do on the field. NECblitz.com providing radio coverage, Mercyhurst Lakers at Youngstown State Penguins.
Rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push till the end zone breaks. Net blitz, let it rip. Oh, net blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Net blitz, let it rip. Oh, net blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Say it loud now. From the first whistle to the last snap, we don't fall Net blitz, let it rip. Net blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football. Net blitz, let it rip. Net blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall. That's what we do. Play some football.
And we're back as we're going to be getting back on the field here shortly. Youngstown State up on the Lakers here in the 4th quarter, 9:57 to go. And looking to see the Lakers offense get back on the field, continue to get some rhythm. As here's the kickoff. And this one's returnable. Looks like Jason Woods, and he's going to be met at about the 17, 18-yard line. And we'll get ready to see the Lakers offense again, and continuing to get some rhythm as the game goes on here. Here's Alex Gavadin. And both sides huddling up. And getting set. Pistol formation here. 4 wide. Motion, and Gavon's back, hands off. And that looks like Mookie Gamble for a couple of yards up the gut. I really am excited to see him moving forward this season. I mean, looks good. Looks like he is going to be an every down type of back. 3 wideouts, H-back, and Mookie with Gavadin in the backfield, pistol. Gavadin back to throw. He delivers a strike in there. This looks like a first down, and it is this one to Christian McDonald. He just kind of sits down in that coverage right at the first down marker, and Gavadin's got a laser one in between 2 guys. It's not the easiest window, but he nails it. Shotgun set. 2 wide receivers, weak, 1 strong. Mookie's in the backfield with Gavadin. Hard count. And looks like false start on the right side of the Lakers line. And that's what the penalty will be. So that'll take us to 1st and 15. 8:26 remaining. Penguins have scored 43 points. Gavadin, fake handoff. It's going to run to his right and throw. And saw a gain there, but then a late hit. This one's going to be a first down for the Lakers. And now it's Jason Woods catching the pass, the speedy returner, but he gets hit far out of bounds. So we're expecting an extra 15 here. And call confirms that. Hurst down. We're seeing a lot of Shalil Hampton tight end this drive. He's in there right now. Mookie's in the pistol slot with Gavadin. 2 wideouts to his weak side. Gavadin throwing deep. And this one almost picked off, bounces off the hands of a Youngstown State. Enough for it. And that was Tyrus Davis on coverage. Gavadin had play action here and goes deep. Has a couple of guys in the neighborhood of that throw there. So that was Speedy Yancey, rather covered. Gavadin is in the shotgun. He has 3 wide outs to the weak side, and he's got a running back to the strong side. Showing blitz is Youngstown State, and here it comes. Gavadin has a lot of pressure. And pass is caught, but Mookie had a foot out of bounds. It is incomplete. Mulkey was the safety valve there, probably about 4 inches away from working out pretty nicely for them. But it is a game of inches, and he had just a couple of toes a little bit too close to the white there. We're going to be shotgun here. Shalil Hampton's still in there, tight end. Looks ready to run downfield. 2 wideouts to the weak, 1 to the strong. Gavaudin is up. Throws. He's going to have a guy, and this is caught for a first. Another Hurst down. Christian McDonald, who's been a very effective player this game so far. Yeah, so pressure came. Gavon just steps up in the pocket like he's done it a million times. It's Christian McDonald. Doesn't get any prettier than that. Hurst down. 156 yards for Gavon so far through the air. And it is on the 35-yard line of the Youngstown State Penguins. Methodical drive here for the Lakers. Here's a handoff to Mookie. He looks to have lost his footing, but no, he's still up, and he's going to push the pal forward about 2 yards. Good balance there to keep himself upright. There's been a little bit of trouble with the Ice Castle's turf here today. And the jokes write themselves, of course. 6:36 remaining, 2nd and 9. 34-yard line. Gavaudin back pass. Throws deep, unloads. He's got a man. And just getting in coverage there. That pass was for Christian McDonald, and the Penguins were able to knock that ball away. That was Julius Jackson with some very good coverage. I thought that might have been a touchdown when it left his hand. Looking over to the sideline on 3rd and 9. Gavaudin taking control. He's got 4 wide to his strong side, 1 to the weak. And the Lakers are going to call a timeout with this. It's their first one. 6:23 to go. And they'll talk it over on the sideline. This is a big 3rd down. It's not necessarily even a big 3rd down on the outcome of this game, but it's of playing to your standard, and as a program wanting to make positive growth through your first game. You make your best improvements between the first and the second game, and you've seen the great first drive scripted. Then here comes the changes, here comes the adversity, but they're continuing to fight, and you're seeing the Lakers get down the field this drive. And I mean, I'm encouraged by how they've been able to get some different guys into the game. I think defensively, they've identified now a couple of playmakers, and I think Christian McDonald on offense is going to be another weapon to an already good stable of guys who can do things with football to get you positive yards. And it's the first game. It's your first game as a head coach. You've got a tall task, and it's a difficult schedule for the Lakers. But you have to start somewhere, and you have to start growing from somewhere. And no better time than the present on this 3rd and 9 to go ahead and make something difficult happen. You've got 2 downs as well, I think. You probably look to get 5-6 yards on this one, and then get the 4th and manageable and try to make it happen from there. And what is difficult is that they have had limited success running the football here in the second half. So you want to see them do something to continue this drive, maybe through the air, maybe get something short to Dylan Evans, who hasn't really been on the field this drive. Or you can keep trying to feed Amari Lattimore and Christian McDonald. They've both looked reliable as well. It's been a 49-yard drive in 8 plays. All right, so we're back. Into Gavaden is in the shotgun. Mookie Gamble, his sidecar. 2 to his right. Hampton remains tight end. 1 to his left. Youngstown State will call a timeout. So false, not a true false start, but we're not ready to go yet. Youngstown State wanted us to talk it over and figure out what was happening on defense here. Something they didn't like coming out of the, or something they didn't expect coming out of the formation there. Of course, Youngstown State has Kentucky next week, but the week following that, they will play NEC opponent Duquesne, and which should be another good game. We'll be back on the call next Saturday for the New Mexico State Aggies against the Lakers. All right, back on the field. 2 to the strong side, tight end that side, 1 wide out to the weak side. Tight end is in motion. Mookie next to Gavaden steps up. He's going to try to run for us, and he is going to get met at the line. Just got shoestringed. And I think he knew he was close to being able to break that for a first down. He had to beat one more guy and just managed to get his blind side and get his shoes. Five wide, 4th and 9. Mookie transitions from wide out back to the running back spot. 5:36 to go, 5 seconds on the play clock. Gavaden's back. Good coverage. He throws downfield and almost is able to convert that to McDuffie. It's going to be behind him, I believe. And with that, the Penguins will take over on downs. It was good coverage. He had a lot of he didn't have a lot of good options there. The Penguins were really able to cover that well on the 4th and long distance. And with that, the Penguins are back out onto the field. .5:27 to go. Penguins up, and we have the backup quarterback in. So for the Penguins, the backup quarterback is Malachi Lewis. And he's got Tahir Mills in the backfield with him. Shotgun. 3 guys to his strong side. Play action to Mills. And he is sacked. So not that easy, Malachi Lewis. And it is 3rd down. He tried to step up in a pocket, and he was brought down quickly by, I believe it was Lucian Griffin, who was able to make the hit. 3rd and 12 now. Lewis will be shotgun again. 4 wide. Running back in the sidecar, his strong side. He's back. He's going to throw here. Running back had a blanket on him, tries to make the play, and it is 4th and 12, just like that. Incomplete pass. And different team without Bo Brungard in there early on. So Penguins will have to punt here. There's 3:59 remaining and chance to try out your 4-minute drive and see what you've got. Again, we want to thank you for joining in, hanging out with us as we talk football tonight. Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast as the Lakers traveled to Youngstown State. First football game of the year. And just so excited to be able to bring this with you. This is NEC Blitz. And this punt is blocked. Lakers will block the punt. It does travel past the line of scrimmage and looks like it's going to be dead at around the 43-yard line of the Lakers. So check that, 47. So gets a hand on it. And that was number 24, Caleb Platts, who got in there and just gets his fingertips on it. Just get your fingertips on it and make a play. We've got Caldwell in the backfield with Gavaden, and good chance to try out your 4-minute drill here. 4 wide receivers and 1 halfback. He's back. This one's to Caldwell. He does catch it. He gets about 2-3 yards before he's hit. And looks like he's kind of the guy you can throw to out of the backfield is Byron Caldwell. 2nd and 8, 3:27 remaining. Lakers moving quickly. Vaughn pointing out the blitz. Snaps. And great pass over the middle, and it is caught for a Hurst down to Jason Woods. So the speedy kick returner also has his hands on. And they're moving around the personnel a bit. 3 to Gavaden Strong, 1 to his weak. Caldwell in there with him. Shotgun. Throw. Once again completed pass for the Hurst down. They're inside the red zone here. And that one is to number 3, and that's Malte File. So get him some action. This is at the 17-yard line. Gavaden back. This was a screen pass to Dylan Evans. Evans gets about 3 yards on the screen. Dangerous with the ball in his hands. You definitely want to take a flyer on that and see if he can do much with it. 2nd down, and we're going to hit the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 7 when we come back from that. So Lakers moving the ball here. We are inside the red zone. And you'd really like to see him come away with a touchdown here. So television's gone to commercial, but I mean, this is a big, when you talk about playing to your standard, and this is your opportunity to really do that and to get a chance to just show that you're able to grow throughout this game. You're finding out some new things about your players. You're showing that there's a deep receiving core here again. Camden Lewis is someone you can get the ball to, but then I mean, Christian McDonald and you've got Jason Woods. You got different guys stepping up and catching balls here. So it would be fantastic to go ahead and get one more touchdown here, one more score. So that's what we're hoping for as we come back from the commercial break. We've got about 1 minute left before that does occur. So want to remind you again, this is an interactive broadcast. We will stay on for a short time after to recap, do some post game, and all questions are welcome if you are interested in doing so. This is from Penguins fans. This is from Lakers fans. Really impressed with Bo Brungard. I mean, obviously the best player on the field today. When he's playing, the Penguins are they're world beaters. I mean, this is a team that could absolutely win the national championship. And that's what you're kind of seeing when he's on the field. That's who they are. He adds a dimension that I don't think other teams have. Um, you have your Ethan Greenwoods and Yenny C, these guys who can run, but he's such a good passer too, and he's thrown downfield and shown that tonight. Second and 7, shotgun, 3 to the strong side, Caldwell in the sidecar. Let's go and fade to Evans. He is interfered with something fierce, and that was the only way they're going to stop a touchdown there. And so that is a pass interference in the end zone. So see what the yardage is here. And that was a touchdown that would have happened without the pass interference. They've done that to Evans before in this game. So clearly the strategy here when you're beat by a Dylan Evans, and I mean, what can you say aside from when he's doing a fade route, he can beat anybody. Still almost makes the one-handed grab, did get a hand on it. So now we're at 1st and goal, 1:54 to play. Two-yard line. Bunch set. This was where it was tough for them in the first drive. Touchdown. And Gavaden delivers the strike, 6-yard to number 6, Shalil Hampton for the 2-yard strike. And that's a Mercyhurst touchdown. He had options on that play. They didn't look like they were going to be able to cover Dylan Evans as well, but he makes the safest throw available. Very smart play to get this Shalil, and that's a touchdown for Mercyhurst. And we'll see what they want to do for the extra point here. They will kick the extra point. Awaiting the okay from the officials to move ahead with it. Kick is up, and it is good. So 10 points for the Lakers here on this game, and they are able to score their first touchdown of the season. Absolutely love seeing the growth there. I want to thank Blazer Bobcat for watching and listening from Albany, Georgia. Man, great to have you from that far away. We'll do future streams this season, so keep listening. We'll be here. Yeah, when you talk about playing to your standard, and there wasn't any quit here. This was a good touchdown. This would have been a good touchdown against the first team. They were able to drive the ball, get different guys involved, throw the ball downfield. They looked as comfortable as they've been, and I'm really pleased with the fight that they showed on that. And just I think when we talk about, are you playing to your standard? Are you giving up looking at the scoreboard? Well, I don't think that's a problem here. That was absolutely a good touchdown, a fantastic drive, and something I'm excited to watch them do in the NEC. This was unique. There was the kickoff was muffed here and went forward out of bounds at the 3-yard line for the Penguins. So 1:49 to go. Youngstown State's going to have the ball. And another, area where you've seen improvement throughout the game is, 14 points given up in the second half, 1 touchdown each quarter, 1 touchdown every quarter except for the second quarter. But just seeing, Jaden Allos is healthy and he looks good, and Teddy McDuffie getting a couple of sacks. This looks like a good pass rusher for us. Just very excited see what they can continue to do. Shotgun, and it's a handoff. Just getting out to the 6-yard line is the Penguins running back. Clock is running now inside 2 minutes. A minute 40 to go. And the Penguins, of course, are running this one down. And your final score here is going to be, barring something incredibly exciting, it's going to be 43-10. Penguins taking down the Lakers in the first game of what they hope to be a championship season. And just definitely a growing experience for the Lakers. You're starting a new quarterback. You have a first-time head coach. This run to the weak side gains 2. Watley was on the carry, Deshaun Watley. So 3rd down, 47 seconds to go here. The clock's still moving. But, considering the new pieces, you like what you saw as the game progressed. Second quarter, it got away from them somewhat, but you saw some things emerging, and I think that's the positive takeaway you can have from this kind of a game. It's never what the outcome you want, but there will be days like this, and first game of the year, you have to take what you can to enjoy the rest of the season, have good faith for the rest of it. And that is a first down for the Penguins, and that will conclude the game as the clock runs down to 0, 43-10. The Youngstown State Penguins do take down the Mercyhurst Lakers, and the teams meet at the center of the field. This is the second of 3 straight games that they'll play against each other. They'll play next season in Erie. So we see Coach Remedia also go across the field, probably say hello to quite a few friends, and Coach Sadesky, of course. Bo Brungard really the story on offense here, but the Lakers will be back at it. Plenty more opportunities this season. So we want to talk about upcoming broadcasts and games here. We will do at least several of the Mercyhurst football games this year. We won't do any other teams, just Mercyhurst. This is the Mercyhurst Lakers radio broadcast. However, we will be in next Saturday, Mercyhurst at New Mexico State. We will be calling this game. We will be calling September 26th, Mercyhurst at Western Kentucky. We'll be joined, at least for the New Mexico State game, by Ryland Davison, former Lakers wide receiver. We're going to take a quick break and we'll go over the final stats.
Neck blitz in the stands, all black and green. Snow on the field, but the run game mean. Fresh cut turf and a restless drum. Every first down got the whole place up. AJ at the mic, say my name one time. Crowd lean in when he drops that line. Hands in the air when the snap goes live. We came to fight, we came to thrive. Hear that roar, rise up, feel the whole block shake. One more step, one more push, till the end zone breaks. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall, that's what we do. Play some football. Neck blitz, let it rip. Neck blitz, make it hit. Northeastern football, stand up tall, that's what we do. Play some football.
Okay, final stats here. Once again, Youngstown State 43, Mercyhurst Lakers 10. Offensively, the top receiver was Camden Lewis with those 3 catches, 44 yards. The one and only touchdown through the air was Shalik Hampton for the Lakers. Now, he had a touchdown of 2 yards late in the game. Evan Van Dyke had a catch for 6 yards. Dylan Evans got involved with 2 catches for 31 yards. And Christian McDonald, 3 catches, 36 yards. Would be remiss to not mention Byron Cardwell had the best catch of the night, and he had 2 catches for 17 yards. Mookie Gamble led the Lakers in rushing. He had a net yardage of 36 on 9 attempts. Alex Gavaden netted 2 yards. Through the air, Gavaden was the only Lakers quarterback. There was some question as to whether or not that would be the case. There was no quarterback named prior to the season, and on the depth chart, Gavaden was 18 for 31. He had 2 interceptions, 58.1% completion, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked once. Now, defensively, um, the big number is McDuffie had 1.5 sacks. J.C. Cloutier had half sack. And then Lucian Griffin had 1 sack. McDuffie actually also added on 7 total tackles. Braylon Beckwith led the team with 11 tackles, 9 of those solo. The interception today was Jaden Allos. It was a diving interception, ended up with a net of 1 yard on that. From a time of possession standpoint, Mercyhurst had the ball for 27 minutes and 26 seconds. Youngstown State had it for 32 minutes, 34 seconds. 16 first downs for the Lakers to 27 for Youngstown State. 20 rushing attempts for the Lakers to 36 for Youngstown State. 18 receptions for Lakers, 20 for Youngstown State. Even in receiving, 212 for the Lakers and 232 for Youngstown State. Youngstown State averaged 7.33 yards per play, whereas the Lakers averaged 4.73. Penalties, the Youngstown State Penguins had 9 for 79 yards, the Lakers had 6 for 45. In third down efficiency, 3 for 9 for the Lakers and 9-13 for the Youngstown State Penguins. Again, this is NEC Blitz, necblitz.com. My name is AJ Mialski. We do the Mercyhurst Lakers football radio broadcast. It is an absolute privilege to be able to do so, and I'm grateful to Mercyhurst University for that privilege. With that, we are going to conclude our broadcast this evening. I want to invite you back on September the 5th against New Mexico State. We will be back in order to do this. I want to thank you all for your comments, for watching, and for listening as well. Thank you. Have a great rest of your night.